Ah. Ooh, that's nice. The streets of Undermere are narrow and claustrophobic. In many places, the buildings lean out at the upper floors so that the neighbors can reach across and shake hands, or more likely, exchange unpleasantries. Strange Horticulture is a small shop situated away from the main thoroughfares, but it has the advantage of being one of the few buildings in Undermere that stands alone. Plants, you may have noticed, need light, and light is in short supply at street level in this town. Recently, the shop passed to me after the death of my uncle. There is much to learn, but one thing is already clear. The rare and unusual plants that he stocked have their uses after all. Hoo-hoo. Day 1, Friday. Use the mouse wheel to zoom. Oh. Weird. Okay. So I can zoom in on the. Oh. That is so weird. I found it. An excerpt on the elusive wandering Bew. Come to the library in Ambleside and I'll tell you all about it. I even found something on the gilded dendra that might be of interest. Simone. Give Hellebore a good scratch behind the ear for me. Oh! Hee. Cute! Oh! You like that? Look at his little face. Okay. The will to explore, closer inspection, a rising dread. You can drag items from here onto your desk. The Book of Plants. This encyclopedia can be used as a reference to help identify plants. Note that where I have included sketches, these are not always intended as an aid to identification. Often the description will be more useful to you. Remember to take extra care when dealing with poisonous plants. I accept no responsibility should injury or death occur as a result of misuse. Oh. So these are all the different plants. Is this a map? Ooh. What did that do? Oh wow, this is a big place. Dangerous plant grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. Keep it secret. Oh! Rusland? That's Dutch for Russia. What is this? I guess we'll find out later. We got labels. Archive? Okay, there's nothing in it. And a letter. Okay, closer inspection. Drag a plant here to take a closer look at it. Small red berries. Oh, is that what I need to do? Do I just need to... Oh. We can move all of this. Oh! Victoria Gray. I must have walked past this shop 100 times without ever stopping to look. What a wonderful place to spend your days, surrounded by plants. I came here because I have an unusual request. At night I hear whispered voices, too faint to hear clearly, coming from the floor above me, but nobody lives up there. The rooms are empty. My curiosity has gotten the better of me. I must find out what they are saying. St. John's Poppy. So that's what she wants? Oh, we can move this away as well. Huh. there, St. John's poppy. The vibrant petals of this flower can be brewed to create a draught that can greatly improve the imbibers? Imbiber? Is that how you say that? Imbiber. Hearing ability. Flowers of the St. John's poppy are bright red with a yellow center. Oh, how do I, oh. Imbiber, okay. So, recommend an exorcist, not a plant, yeah. Can I just do that? Oh, plant identified, book entry. Clavilium? According to the legend, this can be used to open any lock, no matter how complex or secure. Heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Love Lock. Okay. And then we close it and we put it back. Interesting. Do we do another customer? David Chafer. Good morning. Bloody awful weather out there today. Good for the plants though, eh? I got a letter for you. Why, thank you, sir. What's it say? I wanna... Yeah. Oh, and then they can move it. Nice. Okay. Gosforth is a hateful town. I was beaten and robbed and left to die in the streets. After many days, I was rescued by a kind stranger, just as I had come to fear that wickedness had infected the heart of every soul in that cursed place. I began my recovery in the woods to the south of the town with a group of travelers. On the northeast corner of the wood, I sat and stared at the bright flower, and tears flowed down my face at the reminder that there is still beauty in this world. I shall be returning to Undermere soon. Amos Duncan. So... Okay. Gosforth. The woods south of the town. And then the northeast corner of the wood, there was a bright flower. Not that one, this one. Gosforth. There. This is Gosforth. So, the woods to the south, the northeast corner. Okay. The wood has a calming effect on my mind. It does me good to escape into nature, away from the stench and clamor of Undermere. It is not long before I spy a bright flower among the trees. Oh. So that's how we travel? You get like location hints and then... that one's done. Come to the library in Ambleside. So wait, can we do that as well? Maybe I need to click on this. Oh. Oh! Okay, so you can't do them all together. You need... there's a cooldown. Gilbert. Hello, Gilbert. Something's got those witches in the forest stirred up. They're not letting anyone through. I had to take the long way around, down through Back Barrow. I never did trust that sisterhood. Anyway, I'm here now and I've brought Fennet from the south to trade for some lemon dandy. Hardly worth the trouble when you factor in extra miles I've had to cover to get here. So he wants lemon dandy. Okay. Oh, go back. Oh shit. Oh, wait, I can just... yeah. Lemon dandy. Its curled leaves are thought to be the origin of the name of this plant, supposedly referring to a peeled lemon rind? Among several medicinal uses, the flower of the lemon dandy is mostly associated with curing afflictions of the heart. Curled leaves. Maybe these? Dark flower. Mm-hmm. Can we organize these? We should organize them by color. Use the label to name them? Oh. Do I have to? Because I give them away, don't I? Oh no, I still have it. Okay, wait. How do I do that? Oh, okay. What was it? Lemon dandy? Okay. And we did this one, right? That's not how you do that. St. John's poppy. Oh, that's satisfying. We can label things. Actually, pink should be in between blue and red. Let's put like yellow and beige on one. What do we have here? I'm just gonna move everything to the right first. We run an organized shop here, okay? Okay. These two are kind of blue. These are nice together. This one kind of goes with pink. Wait, it's red, pink, purple, blue, right? So it's like, this is darker. Put it like that. And then this is like a more white one. This one has some red in it. You are the yellow guys. Perfect. Nice and organized. Now we can explore again. Come to the library in Ambleside. The library here is one of my favorite haunts. Simone, the librarian, is always helpful and friendly and shares some of my passion for unusual plants. Today she's grinning ear to ear and can't wait to show me what she's found. Oh, I get 2 book entries? Ooh, yes. Thank you. Okay. Customer, please. Faye Swift. My dreams are becoming more vivid. I saw a woman, her face hidden behind a mask, and next to her a terrifying black skeletal creature. It stood tall, its roving head scanning the landscape, and though it had no discernible face, I could sense a hint of an expression about its features. It seemed to be laughing, but not the joyous laughter of a child, a sickly, horrifying laughter that chilled me like the first breath of winter. These past weeks have been getting worse. I need sleep. What is this? She needs forest camphor? Strong smelling bulb of this plant has a powerful soporific. Oh! Elden Ring. It's like sleeping grease. that you put on your sword. Making it a common ingredient in sleeping draughts. Camphor produces a beautiful rounded dark blue cluster made up of many smaller flowers. Dark blue cluster? This one. Pungent but not unpleasant. That's probably it, right? Has to be. Okay, and then... like that. That's a weird spelling. Oh, I wanted it purple. Can I change the... oh. I didn't want yellow. Okay. Or actually, I can leave it open. Let's do another letter. Dangerous plant grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Back Barrow. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. The hills of Back Barrow. Back Barrow. Hills. The weather changes fast out in the hills. What started as a grey morning has turned into bright sunshine. A good thing too, because it takes me several hours to find what I came for. By the time I'm done, the cloud is sweeping back over, a cloak of unwelcome shade. New plant acquired. Wait, can we label that one then? Put that away. Dangerous plant. Oh, it's just not identified. We just found a plant, but we don't have a name for it yet. Oh, this I can put in the archive. Yes. Okay. You can change the color of the labels just to rename it. Yay. I hope I get more colors. Okay. Note on the shelf. There wasn't there? I put a plant on it at some point. Where did I... oh, here. Don't know what that is. Got any wandering bew? That always reminds me of... oh, what's his name? That old hermit inventor, the wanderer. Anyway, the bew, if you've got it. Wandering bew. So called because this fungus can move slowly in the dark. What? It moves in the dark? It has been known to cover distances of up to several meters in a single night. What? A plant that walks? The gills on the underside of this mushroom form beautiful flowing lines. They are also quite hard and sharp, earning this plant the nickname Finger's Bane. Okay, mushroom. Not as spongy as most mushrooms. The fact the undersides are somewhat sharp, red spores. They are also quite hard and sharp. Must be this one then, right? Oh. Smells strongly of soured milk. Bad enough to make my eyes water. No, I don't think that's it. Nice. Wandering bew. Oh, that was my first day at work. Hold on. I gotta... oh, no. I need this. Wandering bew. Yeah, yellow is appropriate. Okay. Gotta properly close up shop. Everything clean? Everything organized? Awesome. That's great. This is fun. Oh. The third river, row H. It started when she found something that she was not meant to find. A book tucked away in the forgotten corner of the Ambleside library. Ooh. Saturday. Doyobi. The third river. It's a clue. Row H. Doesn't really look like any of that. Or third river, third from the left. Maybe this one? Ah! A dead deer in the river, yellowed bone protruding from matted hide and rotten flesh. Death for one provides life for many. Ooh, what a pretty one! You go here, my friend. Yeah. Okay. Well, good start of the day. Oh, the kitty got scared from the bell. Can I pet you? Pet him. Yeah. Bring me a sample of Apis demyssis. Be quick about it. That damn cat is setting off my allergies. I shouldn't have an animal in a shop like this. That's what you think. This is my shop. I can do whatever I want. Apis demyssis. We don't have it. Aptly some poison doth yet hang on him. Demyssis. What does this button do? Oh. Burbage. Babbage. Burbage is a rich man who inherited a fortune but never experienced the love of his parents. Oh no. He expects people to do his bidding and is quick to anger. There are many in Undermere who would be glad to see the back of him, but with wealth comes power, and few would challenge him to his face. Okay. The name of the plant he gave is likely Latin. Oh, smart. Apis demyssis. There it is. Gandhi root. A plant with medicinal properties that can aid with digestive troubles when prepared correctly. Oh, he's just grouchy because he's constipated. Care must be taken, however, as the rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. Okay. Maybe this one? Although this one has thorns on it. A single pink flower that smells pleasant. Oh, maybe this one. The leaves are coarse to the touch. Yeah, rough leaves. That's probably it. Gandhi root. Nice. A nice yellow label for you. Awesome. Thanks, Bagnari. Good tip. Pet the cat. Ho 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 ho. That is one happy kitty. Hey, David's back. You got some mail? Like Undermere is looking fine in the sunshine today. Here's your mail. Ooh, it's sealed. There's an old slate mine at Hard Knot that has some interesting looking fungi. I've never seen anything like them before. They seem to have found a niche in the damp, dark tunnels left by the tramways. I thought you might be interested. Amos Duncan. Old slate mine at Hard Knot. Hard Knot. There. Old slate mine. That has some interesting fungi. I think I just go here. An iron gate, rusted by years of abandonment, sits across the entrance to the tram tunnel. Rusted it may be, but I won't budge. Oh yeah, there was something for rust. Oh. We read something. Wait, I can't open the book. Oh, I can. Skin rashes can be used to open any lock. Heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Lovelock. Heart-shaped? Nice. And then I move it here, and then I do this. And which one was it? This one, right? You get purple. Clavilium. The gate swings open slowly, complaining loudly on its rusted hinges. After a short exploration of the tunnel, I am rewarded. Oh, 3 plants. Ooh! Special mushies. Okay, you guys are in the perfect place. Actually, maybe I'll keep all the mushrooms together. I feel like that will be appropriate. Is this a mushroom? I think so. I'll give them their own shelf, you know? I don't know what you are. There we go. Perfect. So cute. Reuben! I'm headed to Grisdale Forest investigating a possible murder. Can't say I'm looking forward to it. The Sisterhood are a secretive lot and they're not keen to talk to me. Their leader, the Arda, or whatever they call her, she's dead. My instinct is they're hiding something. I was hoping you might have some fox button that would help me win them over. Fox button? The offering of fox button is considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stem. Maybe these? What happens if you make a mistake? Does the game even tell you if you did it wrong? The town kills you. You can retry. Yeah, that's what I figured. Victoria. I was able to make out the whispered voices last night. Oh, yeah. How'd it go? There's a medium using the room, illegally I might add, holding midnight seances for gullible grievers. Is there a plant you know of that I could use to give them a scare and drive them away? A very stinky plant. I need my sleep. Harlequin blue. When the bushy blue flower heads die back, they release seeds with a downy pappus which assists in wind dispersal. Once dried and hardened, the stems can be burned as incense. As they burn, they let out high-pitched shrieks, widely believed to be the spirits of dead souls trapped within the plant. What? Bushy blue. Oh. Well, here's all my blue. Is it this one? Light airy scent. Could be. Wind dispersal. Maybe? I did the same thing sorting by color. Yeah. You just can't help it, right? Looks like that's it. This one? I like the little stripe on the cue. Fancy. Fancy! Bethany. Oh, hello, Bethany. What's up with you? You may have heard rumors that our Arda is dead. Oh, she's one of the witches. May Arduina bring her spirit peace. The nature of her death is unusual. The sisterhood does not often look to outside help, but this is beyond our knowledge. If you show my sisters this letter, they will allow you entry to the forest. Ooh. To be assured of your discretion, we require that you use Mary's breath to bind yourself to secrecy. Awesome. Mary's breath. Mary. The wide, waxy leaves allow this plant to collect large amounts of water it requires. It is said that a person can be bound to secrecy using Mary's breath. It used to be grown in the royal garden so that the king could ensure the trust of his confidants, but the practice fell out of favor. The wide, waxy leaves. Maybe this? Smooth, waxy leaves. There you go. But it was waxy leaves. Oh, waxy finish. Damn it. I got a letter. Hold on. I'll look at this in a bit. Mary's breath. This one, right? Hold your breath, Mary. We have failed in our duty as protectors of the forest. Our secrets have been stolen and the Arda has been murdered. You will find us deep in Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore across from Torver. Please help us. Yours in hope, the Sisterhood. Okay. Deep in Grisdale Forest. This one. A mile from the lake shore across from Torver. There's Torver. Wait, a mile? What's a mile on this? Oh, there. So one square is 1 mile. A mile from the lake shore across from Lake Torver. So it's like here? Or, yeah, probably here. As soon as I step off the road, 2 members of the Sisterhood step out and remind me that this is their forest. I am not welcome here. I try showing them the sister's letter, but they tell me I'm in the wrong place and move me along without offering any help. So that didn't lead me anywhere? Do you think I was in the wrong place? Oh no, Grumpy Man's back! I'm this close to reporting you, halfwit. The last plant you gave me has made my skin itch furiously. I'll have your little shop shut down and torn to the ground if you don't make this right. Give him Butterdale or Meek Dew. I need to think carefully about which plant to use here. My actions could have consequences. Okay, let's have a look. Butterdale. Often found growing in clumps on valley sides, Butterdale has been used for centuries as a cure for all manner of skin rashes. The dark green leaves can be stewed and mulched to form a poultice. Flowers smell buttery to some people. And then there's meek dew. This one. The beautiful flowers, made up of many smaller florets, make this a sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be pleasant looking, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. Okay, definitely not that one then. Let's give him Butterdale. Dark green leaves. Maybe these? Light buttery scent, yeah. Butterdale. There we go. He's nasty, yeah, he's so rude. Well, our day ended, but we could try again. Go to this one. A sister tries to stop me from entering, but I show her the letter and she lets me through. I'm ushered into a walled courtyard and then through a large oak door, along a corridor and down a set of stone stairs into a cool basement. Lying on a table, draped in silk, is the Arda. There is not a mark on her, but her open eyes are black. Her mouth... Where was it? Her mouth, her veins, her hair, all black as a raven's wing. Do you know what could do this? Asks my escort. I set to work. Wren, apparently. Okay. Wren. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons, and so can be used to detect them. Though it has no flower, it is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death and sweet to those who have not. No flowers? So this one then has a scent that scratches at the back of my throat. Probably this one, right? I extract a sample of the Arda's blood and introduce it to the wren, and my suspicions are confirmed immediately. The leaves of the wren turn black, which can only mean one thing: gilded dendra poisoning. Upon presenting my findings, I am rushed away quickly. The sisters do not want me hanging around, it seems. They do, however, send me on my way with a couple of plants which I'm grateful for. Yay! Plants! Okay, so that was the wren, this boy. I'll give you yellow. Okay. And you guys need to move to this side, yes. This one's brighter. I would put it like this. Yes. Okay. Satisfied with that? That was a good day. 2 little mistakes, but I fixed it. North of Hogstead, east of Lowick, west of Rusland, south of Crinkle Crags. It's so weird to say Rusland, because the spelling is just exactly like the Dutch word. The book both fascinated and terrified her in equal measure, and after studying it for some time, she reached a decision. She would never use the power she had discovered. She would hide the book where it could never be found. Got pet the kitty. Let's see. Where's that card? North of Hawkshead. Oh yeah, Rusland. That was down here somewhere. Here. West of that, east of Lowick. Oh, here's Lowick. So it's in between these. South of Crinkle Crag. That's there. North of Hawk's Head. So here? My eyes are drawn to the silhouette of a grizzled old man standing at the edge of a field. His mind is broken, seemingly beyond repair. Vacant eyes fixate on nothing. A whisper of an expression as my gaze sweeps his face, but only a whisper. He raises his arm, points. I follow his outstretched finger and am surprised to find a cluster of wildflowers hidden from view. Weird. Ooh, pretty. Dark flowers and red flowers. Very red. Wait, you're in the wrong spot. Okay. Wilbur! I'm looking for a plant. Lady of... what's it? Something or other. I'm no green-eyed dreyer, that's for sure. My mind isn't all that what it used to be. It's the one that's supposed to help with mental decline. Lady of Summer. Okay. Okay. The leaves curl round delightfully, which, combined with an attractive flower and a hardy nature, make this a sought-after ornamental plant. Oh, we've seen that one. Aids with conditions of memory deterioration. Maybe this one? A single sweet-smelling dark flower. Oh, does the dread reset every day? So you can make a couple mistakes. Curly leaves. Oh, does it say? Oh, curl around delightfully. Oh, I forgot. Okay. That was this one. Lady of Summer. Okay. Mail! A mailman. They're saying the Arda's been killed. I know a lot of people don't trust the sisterhood, but it seemed to me that Arda always looked out for the less fortunate. The cold is too much to bear beyond the gap. I was forced to turn back. I would advise against it, but if you are determined to explore Great Gable, be sure to take precautions. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll have a plant up your sleeve that can keep you warm should the weather turn against you. Great Gable. So it's like the mountains somewhere? Heart knot. Oh, there. Great Gable. After several hours of arduous hiking and scrambling, I am still some distance from the summit. I'm freezing cold and ready to head home. I should do the sensible thing and turn back down the mountain. Unless... Brimlock. Those suffering from hypothermia can be rescued by a draught made using leaves from the brimlock. As a warming effect that protects against extreme cold. When conditions are just right in the cold of winter, brimlock produces small yellow flowers. The leaves are waxy and tough. Oh, is this the one that fooled me before? This one. Yes! Brimlock. Nice. I took a chance. I wish I had more colors. I'll give it red just because I haven't used red much. Grimlock. I push on, no longer feeling the cold, and am presently rewarded. Wow. Pretty plant. Where did it go? Oh, here. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. This one's kind of out of place, isn't it? But the purple is correct. Damn it. Norman Lee. Hello, sir. This plant is cursed. It has brought me nothing but sorrow. Please take it. I want nothing more to do with it. That's not a plant, sir. That's a mushy. Up you go. Simone. Hello. Hellebore. Always a pleasure, my feline friend. I hope he hasn't been nibbling the plants again. I sure hope so, too. I have a favor to ask. You owe me for the hours I spent digging out the information on those plants. Oh, I've been burning the midnight oil again. That's coffee. I could use some common trouse. I know where to find it. According to Grayson Herbology, it grows in abundance on Red Pike. I'll come by the day after tomorrow to collect it. I have business in Sedberg in the meantime. Here, take this. Wait. Do we have anything that she said written down? Where was she looking for it? Was it common trouse? Yeah, slopes of Red Pike. Here. I enjoy a pleasant stroll up the fell. It's the going is easy, the weather agreeable, and the view majestic. I do not have to look hard to find what I'm after. Easy. So that was the common trouse? Nice. Oh, you can check their bios, right. When you work with the occult, I find it pays to uphold a certain image. If you're going to be accused of performing witchcraft anyway, it doesn't hurt to put on a bit of a show every now and then. Let the punters know what I'm capable of, sort of thing. Long story short, I may have threatened to turn a small boy into a toad, and the little bugger called my bluff. Oh, don't look at me like that. You know what little boys are like. I can assure you he deserves to be turned into a toad. Anyway, I think a little display is needed to discourage this sort of behavior in the future. Have you got any shimmerlung? I don't know. Oh. Dried stem of the shimmerlung burns very brightly and noisily, letting off a near blinding white-purple light. Flowers grow wrapped in large, rigid leaves. Maybe it's this thing. Oh, it's fruit. Never mind. Oh, this. That must be it. Pleasing scent. The leaves have stiff ribs. Yeah, that must be it. Let me label that. What color are you? Should I give you purple? Shimmerlung. Okay. How many days? I'm on day 3 now. How many days does the game have? So I can know where to stop, like halfway. There's a beautiful plant that I've been looking for all over, but nobody seems to have any. M something. Monk brew? I'm not sure. I do know that you shouldn't touch the leaves, though. Monk brew. That's not it. M something, though, right? Meekdew? Oh, yeah, it must be Meekdew. Yeah, it must be. Beautiful flower made up of many smaller florets make this a sought-after decorative plant. It's not this, right? No, the leaves are soft. Ooh, maybe this one. Stiff leaves. It's red, you think? Oh. Ah. Yeah. That's it. Nice. Meekdew. That's a red label for sure. Yes. Close up shop. Put my book away. End the day. It says fortnight. It's 2 weeks. 16 days. Okay. Ooh. Time passed, a year, then another. The book remained hidden, but out of sight did not mean out of the mind. The book was what her thoughts settled on when she rested, and what she brooded over when she did her chores, what she pictured when she dreamed. That's an interesting card. It might be like a river's edge or like the shore. Wow. That's it. So we need to be here. The gentle sound of flowing water, the sunlight through scattered clouds, a reset. Nice. That was cool. I like that hint. That was a good one. Pet the cat.
Squidge is back.
Bing. Ruben, you're back. The fox button was no help, I'm afraid. The sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. Dude, I've been there. I looked at the dead body. Not that I have time to pursue it properly. I'm rushed off my feet this week. There's been a body found up at the Swinside stone circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. Another that body. Don't suppose you've got anything to help keep my lunch down? Maybe I do. Stomachs never copes too well with the grisly ones. Fennet. Chewing the tough root of this plant is said to ease gastric disease and reduce anxiety. Long, soft leaves. Maybe this one. Strawberry dipped in honey. Ooh. Long, flat leaves. Maybe. Hydrate. Oh, you mean like drink? I thought you meant like, that's the hydrate. That's the hydrate Maximus? Aw, that's not it. Small red berries. The leaves are quite soft. Oh, maybe this one. Nice. It was this one, right? Fennet. Why is this blinking? I don't have anything, no. Mail! Hey, David. Morning. Verona Green handed me this for you. She seems in a good mood. Who was that again? Verona. Oh, this lady. The one who wanted to scare the kids. Yeah. I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on a recent trip to Grisdale Forest, just northeast of Rustland. It was like nothing I've ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if the sisterhood had given me a moment alone, but they seemed overly protective lately. Okay. Okay, just northeast. From the moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Suddenly, I find my way blocked by 3 women wearing green cloaks and holding short elm bows. Nobody may wander freely throughout the forest by order of the Arda, says the leader of the trio. I turn to walk back, but then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Namely, a mellow glow, apparently. Among other uses for this plant, the most remarkable is that it can allow a person to pass unnoticed. Though not invisible, it is possible to become hidden from sight and memory. The mellow glow has sharp thorns that protect it from predators. This one. That's a thorny one. I think that's the only thorny one I have. Oh no, this one as well. Sharp thorns. Smells pleasant. Probably the sharp thorn one then, right? Yeah. Cool. A mellow glow. There we go. Oh. Forgot to read it. There you go. Can I read this back somewhere? Is there like a journal I keep? I don't know. I am afraid. The camphor you gave me is helping me sleep, and I'm very grateful for it, but the visions are as strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask, oh, she was the one with creepy dreams, appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. Just be happy you're not dreaming of skinned crocodiles like I am. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand, a mosaic of color that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down that abyss, but I'm afraid. There's 2 things we can give her. Auguria and candlewood. When burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. Light blue flowers like rounded tufts. Okay. Or, candlewood. Produces a red flower that provides shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. So one is to delve deeper and the other is to protect her. Yeah, since she's scared, I would go for protection too, but it might also be one of those things where if you know what she's trying to tell you, then you might actually know what to do. Yeah, that must be it. Give her that. That rain is so nice. Margaret Elsbeth. We haven't met her yet, right? We don't come to Undermere often, but I heard that about your shop and I said to Francis we simply must pay a visit. It's a wonderful breath of a life in an otherwise dreary town. I'm the green-fingered one and it's not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him the trip would do him good, and besides, he'll be wanting to take a boat out on the lake. Okay. Shame about this awful weather, though. You must come to Cizurg. We have a small library with some books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. I'm sure they will be of interest to horticulturists such as yourself. Thank you. Wow. You are cordially invited to the castle? Wow, now that's an invitation. Just for plants? Lord and Lady Elsbeth. If you were a castle, where would you be? Oh, there's one here. Egermund. Muncaster. Haverig. Gleason. There's one in the forest here. Oh, here. Scissor. I'm greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elsbeth herself. She's very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on a tour of the gardens. Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you, she exclaims, pointing out a plant that I do not recognize. But before I can stop to take a look, she has already whisked me on to the next. And this one too, she says. I am quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have the time to make as thorough as a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I am able to find an interesting entry that I note down. Don't forget these, Lady Elsbeth cries as I make to leave. She thrusts the plants from the garden into my hands, and I thank her warmly. What a nice lady! Oh, this is a pretty one. Oh, my new favorite plant. What else did she give me? She gave me something else. You go there. Oh, what did she give me? She gave me 2 plants. Oh, this one. It's kind of yellow. I'll put it here. Okay. Nice. Nice and color-coded. Move aside, map. We have work to do. And I gotta pet the cat. Philip! Hello. Mushroom. Red spores. Moves in the dark. Yes. We have definitely read about something that moves in the dark, and it was very creepy. Was it Wandering? It's in the name. Several meters in a single night. Mushroom red spores. Moves in the dark. Must be this one, right? I paid attention. I know my mushies. Cat lover, yes. Obviously. Selena. They're saying Black Comb is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me he saw the ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all, but then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. Either way, there's something evil in them hills. And I'm not taking any chances. Awful what happened to that poor young man up at Swinside. I've come up for some stinking Mount Cap. Stinking Mount Cap. We have Sunset Mount Cap. A sunset mount cap is a type of fungus with domed caps, sometimes called stinking mount cap, as a result of its unpleasant odor. It is thought to deter unwanted souls and spirits from entering the home and is often placed in doorways. It is mildly toxic to humans and should not be eaten. Okay. Type of fungus with domed caps. This is stinky. Smells strongly of soured milk. Sunset Mount Cap. Definitely yellow. End of the day! Well, we have nothing to explore. Guess I'll close my book, put my shelf away, and end the day. People have that in their house, but it's toxic to them. What a smell to have. Yeah, a sour milk plant. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where the Everhurst grows. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink. Oh, the moon is progressing, isn't it? So once that bar is full, the game is over. Okay. I got cat, I got coffee. My life is complete. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where the Everhard grows. Let's have a look. Northwest of... in the castle northwest of the abbey. Calder Abbey? Castle? She buried her husband 3 miles to the east. 1, 2, 3. A dead tree, its bark cracked and blackened by fire, stands alone on the hillside. Off to one side, a patch of flower grows on a low mound. Goodbye. Ooh, that's a pretty flower. You belong with these. I feel like this purple one needs to go here. There we go. Perfect. Hey, kitty. Now I'm ready for the day. Hey, face back. What's up? What have you done to me? I see the woman in the jade mask everywhere, and the creature that stands over her shoulder. I almost feel like I can sense its desires. It is afraid of the sisterhood, that much is clear. It will lay waste to them. So much death, but it can be avoided with Arduina's protection. I do not know if I'm awake or asleep even now. I feel the darkness tearing at my mind. I guess we picked the wrong one, huh? Morulus is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. Morulus. Maybe this one? Smell wonderful. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, top of the morning coffee with oat. Oh my god, the barista Oatly. So good. Every little sip is like, the flavors are melting on my tongue. Worryless. That's how you know you're getting old, when like a good cup of coffee is better than actual candy. You can hear it too, right? The bubbles. I met a strange man on the road to Sedberg not 2 days ago. Stranger still, he asked after you. He said he had something for you. Don't ask me what. I told him where to find you, but he looked stricken when I mentioned Undermere. Said he doesn't come near towns at all if he can help it. He was headed west, at least I think he was. He said he was looking for the Winster Spring. Anyway, that's my news. Did you manage to find the plant I wanted? Common Trouse. I marked it down, didn't I? I think I did. Yeah. Hee hee! Woo woo woo! Man wanted to meet you, headed west from Sedberg. Goddamn, so tasty. Headed west from Sedberg. Okay, this is it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna ask Sean to teach me how to use his coffee stuff. And hopefully he'll let me. Headed west from this town, possibly near to the source of the river. This is the River Kent? The River Winster. I don't see it. I just see Gilpin, Kent, Spirit. Oh, here, Minster. So he was here. He was headed west. Possibly near to the source of the river. Oh, source of the river. So that's here, right? The hermit's camp is easy to find, nestled between two boulders above the spring. The cooled remains of a fire ringed by stones is the only immediate sign that anyone was here. I call out, but there is no reply. The hermit is not here. A more thorough search of the campsite yields something interesting. Tucked off to one side, I discover some broken pieces of wood arranged on the floor. 1, 2, 3. What? Was that a hint? It's not done yet. Oh, an arrow. Oh, the one was an arrow down. Oh, that makes sense. So, 1 down. 2 to the right? Wait, it said 1... No, it said 2 and 3. So 2 down, 3 right? The camp at the Winster Spring has led me to another camp of sorts where I'm greeted by an eccentric man. Oh, yes, yes. Ho ho, ho ho, the man says. You must take this. Take it, take it. At his insistence, I received the looking glass that he thrusts into my hand. He places an envelope delicately on top. Ho ho. Ho ho is so scary now to me. If you want to read a good, but also terrifying horror book, read No One Gets Out Alive. But I have to say it doesn't, well, okay, I want to give you a trigger warning, but also saying like, but this doesn't actually happen, then also is like a spoiler. So No One Gets Out Alive, read it if you feel up to it. But there's a character in it and he says ho ho, and it's just terrifying the way he's written. The author is, oh god, Adam Neville? No one gets, there's a movie too, but don't watch the movie. Don't watch it. Adam Neville. No One Gets Out Alive. I read a ton of horror, but that one was a special kind of terrifying. Because it not only plays into like supernatural horror, but also like real life horror. There's also some other stuff going on in that book that is just, reading it as a woman, let's put it like that, is very scary. But yeah, there's a character in it that says ho ho, and it's just ugh, gross. No use to me anymore, no use. Don't forget the red ebony. I'm sure that he's quite mad. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is gonna show us something. Interesting. It is said that the red ebony plant has the property of uncovering that which is hidden or secret. So there's an extra E here, and secret has an extra A. I have perfected a device designed to use extract from the plant in concert. In concert with a viewing window in order to permit the user to see magics otherwise invisible to the naked eye. Okay, I don't think the extra letters are a hint. It's just a choice of spelling. Do I have red ebony? I don't think so. Interesting. Hello, Conrad. I am not long for this world, and I have decided that I want to be buried in a grave decorated with the rare and beautiful Caballia, like a drear huntsman with their dranthium-covered tombs. Caballia. A rare plant that is believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Oh. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from it at the graves of their loved ones. Caballia flowers almost always contain 6 petals. Finding a 7-petal flower is considered to bring good fortune. Huh. Lucky number 7. Nothing about the color though. That's too many petals. This is 5. Almost always 6. That's 5. 6. That's probably it, right? Yeah. I think we have elevated ourselves to the perfect stream. Chill, rainy plant game, cup of coffee. Doesn't get much better. Okay, let me label that. Purple. Caballia. Okay, next. She's back. Ooh, the jade mask. Your reputation is growing, horticulturist. I hear you are the person to come to for plants that are difficult to acquire. My head feels like it's being torn in two lately. I am looking for some hop heart. Inhaling smoke from burning the dried leaves of this plant can provide pain relief. Firm leaves grow up the stems, leading to blue flowers. Okay, well, we've marked all of these. It might be this one. Yeah. Stiff leaves. Okay. This one. Hop heart. Yes. Funny thing, I picked up typing with one hand, my right hand, pretty quickly. Was it my left hand? Actually, I think it was my left. But yeah, I picked up typing with one hand because I broke my collarbone that one time. So my arm is like in a sling, so I couldn't use it. And then I got pretty quick at typing with one hand. Verona Green. Reuben Ward has called on my unique expertise to aid in his investigation at the Swinside Stone Circle. Unique expertise. Ha! He knows how to flatter an old woman when he wants something. Kitty. I thought about telling him to suck an egg. Gave it a good long thought, actually, but my curiosity has got the better of me. He must be desperate if he's coming to me, and I'll bet they found something juicy down there. She's funny. Signs of ritual sacrifice, maybe. I could do with some witch fig to take with me. Oh yeah, we saw that. We got that at one point. Yeah. A plant that is said to have many uses, including easing the symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It is also well liked by butterflies. Similarly used to the fever kiss plant, which it is often confused with. Okay, so there's two similar ones that we have. We haven't found fever kiss, have we? No. So it's an unlabeled plant. So there's an unlabeled plant among us. Maybe these two with similar leaves. Well liked by butterflies. Oh, they both have small berries. Imposter plant, yeah. Yeah, those plants, the leaves are very similar, so that's why I'm thinking of it. But it doesn't say it has berries, it just says well liked by butterflies, which makes me think of this kind of plant, but... Thin stems. Do you guys see any other similar looking leaves? Wait, let's look at the fever kiss plant. Yeah. Red berries provide an energy boost that lasts several hours. So this is the fever kiss. And this is then the one that we're looking for. I did it. Okay. So this is the fever kiss. And then which fig? What was it? Oh yeah, it's with an I there, but then a Y here. Yes. God, this kind of spelling I need to check a million times. Isidore. I never see anybody in your shop. It's a daily surprise to me that you're still in business. Dude, you have a problem. You probably have like a plant stuck up your ass at all times. Believe me, I wouldn't be in here if I didn't have to be, especially with that damn cat still here. I need some bishop's parasol for a work-related matter. Bishop parasol. A mushroom. Okay. Found in dark, damp places, feeding on any light that gets close to it. It can seem to draw light in. Excuse me? Hi. Enveloping its surroundings in darkness. The gills on the underside of this mushroom seep a milky fluid that can be consumed as a treatment for stomach pains. Yeah, it must be this. Oh, maybe it's this one. It smells rotten. Oh, viscous white liquid. I thought it was the light one. Oh. My bad. I didn't oopsie. It's his fault. He makes me nervous. Red ebony. We don't know anything about that yet, right? I think we're good. Oh, I forgot to label it. Yeah, I'll do that in the morning. The Old Man of Coniston? looks out across the lake with blind eyes. His mind wanders with the current floating gently southward to the fork. Not long after the girl left home, her father wept, but he was so caught up in his own grief that he let her go and did not look for her. The rain. Where is the mushroom? It was this one, right? This one? Trying to grab it. There. Bishop Parasol? Yeah. Oh. There. Okay. Now, let's have a look. The old man of Coniston looks out across the lake, so it's near a lake. Oh, Coniston water. The old man. His mind wanders with the current, floating gently southwards to the fork. The heavens open up as I reach the fork. I take a moment to pause and listen to the sound of water on water. I'm soaked through, but my spirits are high as I return home. I am not empty-handed. 2 new plants today. Yay! Oh, pretty flowers. So pretty. We'll put them there. Although, maybe it's time to make some space, you know? Maybe it's time to move the darkest plants this way. And then we have more room for purple. Yeah. Yeah. And actually, these are kind of like more dark. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah. I like this. There we go. Ah, much better. Okay. Eleanor's back. The insects make the salt marshes uninhabitable. People stay away and not much grows there, but I know where to find an unusual plant. I've drawn you a map. Ooh, thank you. Okay, ocean, river. Could be this. And then there's a dotted line, which might be this. So that would put it here. The air is thick with flying, biting insects, an unbearable plague. I fight against it for mere moments before I am overwhelmed. If only I had some blue winter to keep them at bay. Blue winter. Oh. Wait. Blue winter? Maybe winter boar? Also known as blue winter, after its cool blue-gray flowers, winter boar is a hardy plant, often found growing in extreme cold. The rubbery leaves make an effective insect repellent when applied to the skin. What did it say? Cool blue-gray flowers. Nice. Thank you. I'll take it and I will label. Thank you very much. Winter boar. Awesome. Oh, forgot to read it again. Ooh, big rat. You have to, okay, you're gonna go. Although they do fit. Actually, yeah, they have enough space. Just put them a little bit more snug. Yeah, perfect. Pretty. Pretty kitty. Don't listen to that horrible man. Bethany, hi. Thank you for your help and discretion earlier. The sisterhood is grateful, but the news that the Arda was poisoned with gilded dendra has everyone worried. Temporary acting Arda is panicking. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but one of the sisters has gone missing. A runaway called Thea that we took in a few years ago. We're trying to find her, and Sister Charlotte remembered that the Jacob's Worth plant is set to help locate people. Jacob's Worth. People tend to be drawn to the unusual flowers of the Jacob's Worth, but it is the leaves that have the most interesting properties. It is said they will point the way towards any person you wish to locate and have been used successfully to find many a lost wanderer out in the fells. Oh, the lightning. The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. Point the way. Oh. I remembered, I was looking at those leaves. I was like, huh, these are so different from all of the other plants. And that's why I remembered. I read the Latin name as Dingus. Dingus Jacobi. You get yellow. Jacob's Worth. Peggy Dippin'. I read about a wonderful sounding ornamental plant, but my book didn't say what it was called or where to find it. It has curled leaves and a dark blue flower. Curled leaves? It could be this one. Do you think it's like a repeat? Yeah, I feel like that's... has to be that one. Lady of Summer. Oh, yeah. Ennis. We've had our eye on you for some time now. Join us. Praise the Dendru. What? I represent a group called the Seeds of Redemption. Your expertise would be very useful to us, and we have much to offer in return. Let us know we can count on you by leaving a single St. John's poppy flower outside the Sad Guild Church before Friday. Do not make the mistake of ignoring us. Praise the Dendru. Should we? I think so. St. John Poppy, wasn't that the first one we did? Yeah. Okay. Outside the church. Is it just in the town, or? Sounds culty. I wouldn't. I think it messes with the sisterhood storyline. Oh, shit. Is there a chance that we cut something off? Okay. Seems like most people are like, nah, let's not. So I'm fine with that. Can get rid of that one. And these three I still have. Okay. Oh, hey, Verona. I have returned from Swinside. I must admit, I was hoping for more to go on, but there are certainly signs of a ritual having been performed at the Stone Circle. She was the one doing the research, right? The poor victim. Well, the less said about him, the better. Like, she was invited to have a look. Reuben had it right, though. Grisly. I have the beginnings of a theory, but I'd like to run some tests on a sample of gilded dendra. Have we looked at that before? No. Do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black as the blood succumbs to dendra miasma. A sure and painful way to die. The poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. Okay. Even touching it is painful. We've looked at a plant like that. We've touched some plants that where she was like, I don't like touching these leaves. I would say this one look like it, but no. Ah, my fingers ache from handling this plant. This must be it. The gilded dendra. I knew we read it somewhere. Okay. Anne Wood. We've seen her before, right? My aunt died 2 weeks ago and I inherited her house. I've been sifting through her possessions and last night... That's another book I'm reading! The Twisted Ones. Last night I found something unusual. In a forgotten corner of the attic I found a coffin. More unusual still, it was bound by strong vines. So strong that I cannot cut through them. I immediately thought of your shop. You know about plants, right? Do I know about plants? I have a whole shop, you know. Royal Gentian. Sometimes called Everheart. The pink flowers of the Royal Gentia are made up of 2 large kidney-shaped petals. Pink, you say? One of the few known ways to release the bind of swift snare is to apply a paste created from the sap of the Royal Gentia. Nice. I gotta get out my labels first. Nice. Put the book away, close the drawer, and end the day. Nice. Another successful day. 5 miles south of the tallest but one. It grows in peace in the midday sun. Before she left, can I read through these? Oh, I can! Okay. It started when she found something that she was not meant to find. A book in the library. The book fascinated and terrified her in equal measure, and after studying it for some time, she reached a decision. She would never use the power she had discovered. She would hide the book. Time passed, a year and then another. The book remained hidden. Out of sight did not mean out of mind. Book was what her thoughts settled on when she rested, and she brooded over when she did her chores. At 15, her mother was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward and the father turned to drink. Not long after the girl left home, her father wept, but he was so caught up in his own grief. Oh, right. Before she left, she returned to her hiding place and carefully retrieved the book. Her excitement building as she did. She couldn't articulate what was so alluring to her about the book, but by now it had become an obsession. Ah, okay, now I follow it a lot more. When there's too much of a break between, I just kind of forget. Okay, let's have a look. 5 miles south of the tallest but one. So the second tallest mountain. So there's Craig 551, 873, 899, 826. So this is the tallest. No, 978. Is 978 the tallest? Oh, 900 here. Bowfell. So if 978 is the tallest, then 902 is the second. 5 miles south of the tallest but one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The forest here is lush and vibrant. The birdsong feels enchanting like the call of sirens. Nestled in the undergrowth, under the shade of a birch tree, a plant grows. Whoa, that's a weird one. And you put it on the right place. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
Good morning, kitty.
Hey, Anne's back. I was able to strip away the swift snare's vines and lift the lid, with more than a little trepidation, I'll admit. To my relief, but also disappointment, the coffin contained nothing but dust. Oh. At least, or the body is that old that it turned to dust. At least that's what I thought at first, but when I looked closer, I discovered a golden amulet embedded in the grey ash. On the back of the amulet is an inscription that says, "With Solomon's scepter, I awake." Is that an herb? Ah. Solomon's scepter. Also known alarmingly as Hell's Gate and sometimes Solomon's Scorn, the flowers of the plant are commonly used in witchcraft and other satanic practices. Many sweet-smelling small flowers grow along the stem. Okay, so lots of small, nice-smelling flowers. And a bunch of little leaves bundled together. Okay, nothing on this side. So it's a ton of little flowers? The smell is alluring. Yeah, that kind of looks like the flower. Many sweet-smelling small flowers. That's a tongue twister. Sweet-smelling small flowers grow along the stem. Yeah. Here you go. Nice. It was this one, right? Okay. Meal! I heard a shepherd got killed by some wild beast up near the Swinside Stone Circle. They say it slaughtered half his flock as well. People around here don't seem too bothered, but it's got them panicked down Foxfield Way. Kentmere Eye. What? Is it a place? Oh wait, Kent. The River Kent. Kentmere. I descended to a pleasant valley where the village of Kentmere is situated. On my way, I passed the Brockstone or Badger Rock, which has always been popular with local children who challenge each other to scramble up its craggy sides. I make a beeline to the village church, St. Cuthbert, which is sheltered by an ancient yew tree. You would! There are many plants that took me back to Ghost of Tsushima. There are many plants to admire amongst the headstones and tombs, but sadly nothing extraordinary for me to find today. So, was that not the right place? I guess not. Guess we'll have to wait a little bit. Brona, how you doing? Poisoned anyone lately? Well, this is getting interesting. I was able to confirm that it was indeed gilded dendra that was used at the Swinside ritual site. Ah. That's a worrying sign. It's a plant that is used in several of the darker incantations. And it can't be a coincidence that the very same plant was used to poison the Arda. There must be a connection between this other murder and the Sisterhood. I need some mental clarity to think it through some more. Some maiden's sorrow would help a lot. Rubbing the soft leaves of this plant between one's finger and thumb is said to help prevent the mind from wandering, providing a focusing effect. The flowers of this plant droop mournfully, but it is the thorns along its stem that are thought to lend it its name. Thorns? This one. Didn't even have to do a closer inspection. I was like, has to be that one. Maiden's Sorrow. Cool. Should we try and explore again? Camere eye. There's an eye on the decoder. This one? You mean like that? From Kentmere, I follow the bearing of the eye and end up in the small forest north of Kendal. The woods are thick with briar and brambles, but amongst the tangled undergrowth, a type of flower is flourishing. Ah, mystery solved. Nice. And you put it on the right shelf. Thanks for that. I like it. Although orange, this is a deep red. Let's put that one there. Yes, there we go. To the archive with you. It looks like I'm going to have to make a trip to Blackcomb. Verona noticed something at the Swinside site that had me pondering. A piece of slate with a symbol drawn on its back. Oh, on it in black. Can't think of anywhere else around there where you'd get slate from. That and Bradley Miller keeps insisting that he saw something up at Blackcomb. Don't get yourself killed now. But then again, Bradley Miller does claim that Fairy stole his wheelbarrow. If I'm gonna spend the night out in the hills, I'll want to take some eyebright with me. I bet that's the mushroom. Oh, never mind. Take care not to touch its brightly colored thorns. They will do no lasting damage, but they contain a small amount of venom that will cause a severe pain for several days. A plant that only grows to the south in warmer climates, where they call it the Leith, after a long-dead king. Known to improve eyesight at night, even in the darkest places. What do we have that's thorny? This one? Brightly colored thorns. Yeah, it has to be that. Nice. This game is amazing. I am so sad I didn't play it sooner. I am having the best time. This one. Eyebright. Okay. Bing! Oh, you're new. Forest Bear. Does it ever stop raining in Undermere? You have a reputation in town for knowing much about unusual plants. I need some gray sandfire. Nobody around here seems to even know what I'm talking about, but I hope I'm in the right place. Are his eyes green? Oh yeah. Didn't even realize. Gray sandfire. Sandfire has a tough outer bark, which has many useful properties. Some chew it as a form of dental hygiene, taking care not to swallow it as it can cause unpleasant stomach distress. The flame-like tendrils give off a smoky scent, adding to the impression of roaring fire. A tough outer bark. A bark, though? Yeah. Wood smoke. Hehehe. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. This is definitely a yellow label kind. Sandfire. Oh, my shop is closed for the day. I guess I'm good, yeah. Okay, pet the cat. Good night, kitty. Oh, yes. Lowick to Ilgil Head, Foxfield to Crinkle Crags. First she felt free, but it wasn't long before the reality of her situation began to take its toll. She stole food when she was hungry and slept in makeshift shelters, not knowing where she was going, not caring. Eventually she made her way to Grisdale Forest. Huh. Let's see. Lowick to Ilgil. Ilgil was somewhere... Oh god, where was it again? It's not where I thought it was. Lowick. Lowick? Ilgil. So it's this to this. Foxfields to Crinkle Crags. Foxfields to there. Looks like this is right in the middle. Nothing here. I made a mistake. I thought it was going to be where they cross. Well, that wasn't it. Hey, Ennis, what's up? Oh, right. You wanted me to join your cult. Ignoring our offer was a mistake. The Dendru has awoken. The redemption is upon us, and when it arrives, you will not be spared. Yeah, sure. Bye, buddy. Next. My mind is clouded, dark. I see it, and it sees me. All of me. Elner Finium is the answer. It must be. Okay. Elderfinium. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to Dendros miasma. Oh, a deadly poison. Okay. It has an intoxicating scent similar to that of Solomon's scepter. Oh. Okay. So this is for an antidote. Okay. Intoxicating scent. No, unpleasant scent. Can't be that. Similar to Solomon's scepter. Wait, what's the description for that one? Smell is alluring. Okay, so it has to be a nice smell. It could be that we don't have it yet. Yeah. Can we explore and leave her here for a bit? Maybe we don't have it? Can we be like, excuse me, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something. I'm trying to draw a line between this point and this one. Yeah, it looks like the Old Man Mountains, doesn't it? So it's like those mountains in the background, so it has to be this house. It's gotta be H13 or G13. G is too high up, I think. Because it says Lowick, right? So it's from down here to this point. So if you draw a line between that... My first thought was here, but... Maybe this one? Try it. Should we just try it? It was it. Okay. I-13. The magpie sees me before I see it. I do not know how long it has been watching me, but I can tell that it is interested in my movements. A strange sensation creeps over me, and I feel an urge to leave this place, but not before collecting a plant for further study. One for sorrow. Turning to leave, I see another magpie and another plant I've never seen before. Two for joy. Nice. Purple plants. It's getting busy in the purple section. Maybe I should put these down here. Like that. There. But yeah, I don't know if that's what we needed. doesn't look anything like it though. 2 other letters. Do you think we just haven't found it yet? Well, this is the dude that wants us to drop off a poppy flower, and he's mad at us. This is the secret thing that we haven't figured out yet, because we don't know what red ebony is. And then we have this thing, which I have no idea what this is for. We have the page for red ebony. Do we? Did we unlock it? We did. This plant is set to uncover that which is hidden, including buried treasure and secret writings. The red ebony is extremely rare and not well studied. Blood has been spilled over this plant, which is where the red part of the name is believed to come from, since, confusingly, the large flower is in fact blue. Is it the Pokemon one? Yeah, that is it. So that's red ebony. I think so, at least. I bubbed. But if that's red ebony... It works. Ah! Cool. Okay, so what if we pull out the map now? Anything? Tomb of the Hunter. Should we check there? Oh, the Great Oak. Elderfinium grows here. Oh! Okay. Here. Whoever wrote on my map has been very helpful. I would never have thought to come out to this desolate place in search of plant life, but a quick search yields exciting results. There it is! We got it! Yeah, that's what we were looking for. Awesome. Woohoo! Here you go, lady. Took me a while. Sorry. Thanks for the wait. She's very patient. Amazing. Elderfinium. It's slightly purple. Wait, what are you doing here? You were like off to this side. And then I want you on this side. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Let's do another customer while our thing recharges. Grace. Hello. Oh. My mum was into horticulture. My mum. I found this among her things. Golden light is a plant, right? I'm not sure what long Meg could mean, though. Is that another plant? Anyway, I thought you should have it, just in case it's any help. Thank you. What does it mean, though? Start at long Meg. S3E2. Well, there's no S. E2. Golden light start at long Meg. Oh, South 3, East 2. Have you guys seen Long Meg? This is a 2-part puzzle. Ooh. Okay. Maybe we should check out the oak. A huge tree stands before me, impossibly tall and wide, bigger than I could ever have imagined, and any living thing might be. Its upper branches graze the sky. Ah, there's nothing there. Ah, damn it. Hey, Anne. What's up? Help me! The amulet. I can't remove it and it's drawing life from me. Whoa. Long Verisunt? Where is it? There. Sometimes called witch's remedy, the long verisund or verkund is believed to lift curses. I'm very careful about saying it because of like if this goes to YouTube, that C word gets you an immediate demonetization. Small leaves grow in pairs along the stem. We've seen something like that. Oh, maybe this one. This one has tiny, cute leaves. The flowers have a delicate scent. Yeah, let's try that. I can feel it working. Thank you. Wait, did she just change? I was too busy reading. There. Labeled and done. Amos. Oh, Duncan. We got letters from him. It's good to see you, my friend. I've been on the road so long, I'd started to wonder if you were still on the other end of the letters I've been sending. I've been getting them. Back in town for a few days, though, and I wanted to give you these before I forget. Ooh, you got some plants for me? I found them in the pocket of an overcoat that belonged to your uncle. Maybe some pages? I almost threw them away, but I thought the symbols on them might mean something to you. Ooh. Oh. Yes. And this one. Oh, it's upside down. How do I turn it? What do I do with that? Let's go to the tomb. 14B. The memorial bears the name Swaif Prior. It stirs the memory. He was one of the drear. Theirs is a lonely life at the mercy of a dangerous addiction. They build a tolerance to the Dranthium sap in childhood that they might benefit from its potent effects, but they will die if they stop taking it. An unusual plant grows sparsely around the memorial. Huh. That's how every plant owner feels when they get a new plant. Oh. Yeah, you're a bit closer to red. Let me put you there. Oh yeah, they do look like they fit like that. You're right. Yeah. But not this one though. This one has a little thing torn out as well. Oh! That fits perfectly. They fit like that, but that's not how they're here on the desk. Huh. I have no idea what any of this means, but it seemed like something you might find interesting. I found it while clearing out the nook of the east wing. Baylock's Elixir. Made from the crushed petals of 3 distinct plants, Baylock's Elixir is a potent aid to memory, allowing those who drink it to ensure that they retain important information that they will never forget. Care must be taken after drinking, however, to avoid the fate of Grey Gale, who slowly lost her mind after taking Baylock's and staring at a blank wall for 12 hours. Okay. Is it any of these? Kinda. It's 1, 3, and 5? Maybe. Press the desk flowers. Oh. Should we press them in this order? Oh wait, that's not the right one. Oh, it changed. Oh. Oh wait, that was the right one. Ah. I think that's that. I don't know why this one's upside down though. Oh, because it's a different one. A Briar's disc, often called a smuggler's disc, is a simple device that can be used to send coded messages. The location of cached cargo, for example. The principle is cunningly straightforward, but the code is undecipherable to prying eyes. Both parties must be in possession of a disc of identical size with the same symbols etched around the edge and the map. To encode a location, you would then place the disc over some named point on the map nearby and note whichever symbol is pointing to the location. Oh, this is the eye thing we used. It may be necessary to string multiple symbols together, but you can use this method to reach any other point on the map as required. Robert Barrow's Medicinal Herbology. Blackhall Road Kendall. And a coin. Of the Great Oak Tree. Well, what do you know? Put that all away. How about this? Blackhall Road Kendall. Find the medicinal herbology shop off Blackhall Road. I know you, says the man behind the counter. Robert Barrow, presumably. You're the owner of Strange Horticulture. 2 hours later, after a lengthy and engaging discussion covering a variety of botanical subjects, we decide on a trade. Turns out Robert is a collector of unusual fungi, and I have just the thing for him. Copper Caledonian. This plant has a rejuvenation effect that most who have tried to benefit from its properties have come to realize that it is a curse, not a blessing. Though you may appear younger, you will quickly become more frail and brittle. The red spores that are often seen growing on it are in fact a type of fungus themselves and not a part of the plant. Huh. Red spores. It's probably this one. Or this one. But it's a round fungi, so fungus. Smells rotten. Ugh. I'll try this one. Okay. Ooh, I got 3 plants from that. Wow. Yay. Okay, you go here. You go this way. And then what else did I get? Something blue. Yeah. It's getting busy. So many, yeah. We're getting a lot of plants. In Tabay, a noble elder stood silently watching starry skies. That could be directions. North, east, south, south, west, south, south. A young woman alone in the world, she was taken in by the sisterhood and given a home. Ah, it was a chance for redemption, a new start. You're smart, it took me a while to figure it out. It's because they put it like, because they start a new line every time. So, north, east, south, south, west, south, south. Is that correct? North, east, south, south, west, south, south. Should we try this one? Top right. Oh yeah. To bay or not to bay? Yeah. I find myself on a patch of moorland surrounded by jagged peaks and menacing clouds. A distinctive plant stands out against the swaths of purple heather. And there, another. Ooh, nice colors. I know just where to put you. What are you doing here, mushrooms? Oh, I guess I'm running out of space, huh? That's why they're there. Organized. This sparks joy. Okay, pet the cat. Anything else? I think for now we're good. Let's see. Hello, Simone. Long Meg. Yeah. I've not heard of it, but I'll keep an eye out for you in the library. Okay, thanks. As long as she can get me some fever kiss, that is. Too many late nights at the library are taking their toll. Oh, the red berries. We've labeled this already. Yeah. We are so organized. We got this. Mail! Hey, David. There's talk around town of a woman who wears a green mask made of jade. I know. There are all sorts of oddballs in Undermere, but that's certainly unusual. Beckfoot candle. Ooh, let's go. Beckfoot. Where is it? Beckfoot. Candle. The candle leads me east of wastewater to the north of mighty Scaffold Pike grazes the sky, the tallest peak in England. The challenge beckons to me, perhaps another time. Ooh! Oh, and you're in the right spot. Perfect. Although, maybe we should do yellow and orange there. Like this. And then this. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Hey, Forrest is back with his green jade eyes. I've been talking to people around town, trying to learn as much as I can about this beast that is rumored to have been seen in these parts. Uh-huh. In the old world, they call this thing the Servant, but the people here seem to have forgotten the name. Except the group calling themselves the Seeds of Redemption. Oh, I didn't join them. They are something I did not expect, and they have made it clear that they want me to stay away from the Servant. They seem to worship it. I'm getting distracted. My Dranthium supplies are low. I need more. Did we give him? Oh no, we didn't. Dranthium. A plant with powerful mind-altering abilities. Those who inhale smoke from burning its long, sharp leaves elevate their awareness to levels otherwise unachievable. Some know Dranthium as Green Eye. Oh, so he takes that on the regular. A name derived from the telltale sign of overdose, where even the whites of the eyes take on a green tint. Ah. Dranthium. Long, sharp leaves. Long, thin leaves, sharp edges. Nice. Dranthium. Okay. Wait, how many days was the game again? A fortnight? 14? I crept around Blackcomb 2 nights ago into pitch black. That eyebright is some potent stuff. I could see clear as day. Up on the fell I found a shallow pit full of skulls. Deer, fox, badger, and some human. There was an eerie silence about the place, and every part of me was screaming to get out of there. 16 nights. Okay, so... Oh, so already past the halfway point. Back down on the flat, I heard a terrible noise, like an axe maker's... whetstone but unmistakably animal. High on the ridgeline, I saw a cowled woman wearing a jade mask watching me, and beside her something dark, inhuman, and bloody huge. Don't mind admitting that I'm out of my depth on this one. I'll need to speak to Verona again. While I'm here, I'll grab some wild coal from my pounding head. You'd have been out drinking too if you'd seen what I did. Wild coal. Purple berries. Purple? Thin leaves and small purple red berries. Recommended by physicians in place of a hair of the dog mentality as a tonic for those suffering the effects of having drunk too much the night before. There are some who consider wild coal a sacred plant, perhaps owing to its rarity, and claim that it is bad luck to pick berries from it. Yeah, it's probably this. Cool. Wild coal. Ta-da! Ding ding! Oh, hello. Who are you? Michael Bennett. My neighbor has a foul-smelling mushroom that she says can ward off evil spirits. It's a horrible little thing that attracts flies, but I'd rather that than sit and do nothing. There's something very strange out in the woods. Oh, he wants the stinky mushroom that she has with the flies. It's probably this one, right? What did we label this? Sunset Mound Cap. Thought to deter unwanted souls and spirits from entering the home. Yeah, must be this. Cool. Verona, how you doing? Poor Reuben, he looks a little worse for wear this morning. He took it hard when his wife died and never did quite give up the drink. I think I know what ritual was performed at the stone circle. It all adds up. It was a summoning spell. Someone called to something across the void and tried to bring it here, and with the state of that body all torn to shreds, I'd say they succeeded. And then the gilded dendra, that really got me thinking. I found this in Dr. Worthing's bestiary. A little light reading for you. I'm headed to Grisdale Forest again. The Sisterhood will know more. It has many names. Some call it the Woken Dendru, believing it to be related in some way to the deadly gilded dendra plant. Others call it the Night Stalker, the Miasma, or the Dread, but the most common name for it... Oh, the Servant! You'll have heard of it in children's songs such as Keep the Fire Burning and Servant and Master, and there are hints of it in the older stories, but nobody alive has seen it in the flesh. It is said that the dead ground northeast of Tabay, where nothing but black digitatus mortis grows, was caused when the servant last walked our lands hundreds of years ago. Tabay northeast. The wide area of blackened ground here is known to the locals as Dead Man's Field. Dark mushrooms protrude from the soil like fingers reaching out from the grave. Mushroom, you said? Yeah, put it on the right spot. Put it with the darker one. That was it for the day. Done. Well, I guess I can end the day. Ew. That man's mushroom. Every day she attentively followed the teachings of the Arda. Every day she patiently performed the tasks given to her. Every day thoughts of the book itched away at the back of her mind. I wonder whose story we're reading. Day 10. Wait, a blank card? Oh, maybe there's a secret message on it. A secret uncovered is a secret no more. 2 miles north of Foxfield. Foxfield. Where was Foxfield again? Oh, here. 3 ravens circle above, their caws and croaks cleaving the silence, an omen. I take what I came for and leave. A plant! Ooh, such a pretty one. You, my friend, go right there. Yes. Awesome. Hello, kitty. Hey, David, got any mail for me? Librarian friend, yes. In reference to your question the other day about Long Meg, I'm afraid I do not have an answer, but Calder Abbey has a wealth of knowledge on local lore. If you ever go there, the monks will request a plant from you, but they won't tell you what they want. A sort of test. They've never allowed me in to look through their stacks. Simone. Calder Abbey. Okay. And they'll test me. We've seen, yeah. Small window opens within the much larger oak door. From the darkness within, a voice proclaims, only a friend may enter. Melon. Okay, a friend. Oh, the plant that was, the plant that the dude wanted for the witches to show that he was friendly. Ah, we've seen it. Okay, energy boost. Sleepy. This one, Fox Button. Considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Fox Button. We have it labeled somewhere. It's kind of like these leaves. Hop Heart. I keep thinking it's that one. Oh, this one.
Yes. Yes.
The hatch snaps shut and the oak door swings inward slowly without a sound. I am ushered in by a man wearing a plain brown robe. He nods silently when I ask about Long Meg and leads me through the abbey to a small library filled with scrolls and books. Without a word, he pauses for a moment, surveying, before selecting a scroll and handing it to me. Regarding Long Meg, there is a stone circle north of Undermere. According to local legends, some hundreds, perhaps even thousands of years ago, a witch known as Long Meg lived nearby along with her daughters. Oh. They were wild, godless people who practiced evil magic until one night they went too far and Meg and her daughters were turned to stone. The tall stone that stands apart from the main circle is called Long Meg by the locals. Oh, I can't travel yet. No, you need to go. Also, you're done. Okay. Well, might as well help a customer, I guess. Verona, how you doing? Sisterhood are trying my patience again. If the old Arda was around, but she's not. They've kept secrets for hundreds of years. If ever there was a time to share them, it is now. They know of a way to defeat this servant, some ritual or weapon, or something, but their stubborn pride won't bring them to ask for help. Well, I won't sit idly by and do nothing. I'd better have a little chat with this new Arda, and I think I'll take some mountain astery with me. Some Mountain Dew? Gotcha. Astery. Yes. Promotes an aura of confidence and persuasiveness. What is this? Some like sausage roll? The large cup-like flowers produce a stale, damp smell. What is this? Is it this? Distinctive smell. Old books. Musty. Yeah. I got it. Awesome. Come here, you. Red label? No, yellow. Mountain astery. Okay. Ooh, we can travel. Okay. So the Daughter Stone Circle, this one? Yeah, north of Undermere, so must be that. The tall stone that stands apart from the main circle is called Long Meg. Okay, so it has to be this. Golden Light, start at Long Meg. South 3, 1, 2, 3, east 2. Boom. The river is in its youth here, flowing swiftly through the rocks with a melodic gurgle. Gurgle. Among the tall grasses that line the riverbank is a much more unusual looking flower. Ooh, pretty. Ah, my red shelf is full. Oh, oh, it fits. Okay, maybe we should move this one to like here. Yeah, okay. Very important business. Keeping my shelves tidy. Cute, cute. Oh, Thomas Green. Have we met before? I have finished the designs you asked me to work on. Have we? Be very careful in wrapping these. Some of the glasswork is quite delicate, and I've taken great care transporting them. My lab equipment is finally here. I will now be able to brew elixirs. Oh! Ah. Wait. Oh. Patterson's Guide to Fatal Fungi and Their Antidotes. Spring Wax Cap, Sunset Mound Cap, Bishop's Parasol. Oh, Bishop's Parasol. Copper Collided. Oh, we have these. Farmer's Worry. We have these two. No known cure, often fatal. Can be remedied by using the sap of lemon dandy. Oh, yeah. Should we make this? Does it say which ones we need to use? It just says this, so we kind of have to guess. This one looks like this. Don't you think? And then this one could be... Oh, this is actually the third one. You.
Now we're cooking with gas. Oh, we darned.
I must have made a mistake. Maybe this one? Because this one is definitely the same. And this one is definitely on the money, I think. So maybe not winter boar. Try the red one. This one? No, that's not it. This one? Oh, yeah, that's it. Oh, new elixir required. Master brewer. Oh, why, thank you. So where do we put that? Where do we put the elixir? Oh, my friend, you don't belong here. Oh, it's on the shelf. The game shouldn't just put plants wherever, willy-nilly. I don't like that. Hehehe. Bethany, what you doing? The new Arda wouldn't like me being here, but the forest is in danger. I spoke with Verona Green earlier. It's bad. If the Dendru has awoken, then it will come for us. You must place an offering at the altar of Arduina. Gotcha. So this must be a river. This maybe? And then mountain, altar. These are the houses. So it's right under this mountain. It seems Beth has been able to keep her fellow sisters away from this part of the forest, for now at least. The trees are thick here, old too. The altar seems to belong here, as much a part of the forest as the gnarled trunks and twisting roots. I must place an offering to the goddess Arduina. Ember Soul or Caldery? Let's have a look. Ember Soul is thought to have protective properties. It is sometimes given as an offering to various deities. Okay. Produces flowers with many petals. Watch out for the leaves. Razor sharp. Or Caldery. The uses of Caldery are not well known. Some say it has applications in dark magic, but this author has found neither substance nor specifics to back up these claims. Those who worship the huntress Arduina place the flower as an offering to ensure a successful hunt. It grows from a thin stem with small leaves. So it has to be this one then, right? Because this one mentions Arduina. Depends on which effect you want to give, sanctuary or hunt. Oh, you're trying to ask for protection? Well, if you guys say so. Ember Soul. Ember Soul. Nice. Natalie, how you doing? What's up? I'm being harassed by loonies, shouting about the redemption, saying they're going to set it free, whatever the hell that means. Well, they can take their seeds of whatever, woken something or other nonsense, and stick it where the sun doesn't shine. I'm not joining their damn cult. I just want to tend my garden in peace. I'm looking for some larkshine to drive them away if they come around again. Larkshine. A plant with a powerful defense mechanism. It releases stinging barbs triggered by a light touch. The pain is said to be unbearable and can last for several days. Sometimes confusingly called kidney flower. This is thought to be a reference to the kidney-shaped seeds held within the spiny pods that grow on this plant. Larkshine. Kidney flower, the reference to the kidney-shaped seeds. So it's prickly. What do we have that looks prickly? Maybe this? No. Trying to find something that like contains. Nah. Oh, this. Yeah, that has to be it. Nice. Okay, that's definitely a yellow label one. There you go. Time to close up shop. Put the book away, close the drawer, pat the cat, and end the day. Elixir label, people are saying, oh, that's, yeah, I should do that. I didn't know I could, oh, holes. I didn't know I could make those for elixirs. In time, she learned that the sisterhood had secrets, or had she always known that? Had she come to them by chance, or had she sought them out deliberately? She wasn't sure. But by now she knew that she wanted what she wanted, and she would do anything to get it. Day 11, Monday. Dun dun dun! A new week, no! 902, 803. Oh, the height of the mountain? 902, there. The impressive ridgeline of the crinkled crags stretches across the full width of my vision. Days like today are worth being alive for. Colorful plant stands out amongst the moss. What is it? Ooh, pretty. Ooh, where do I put you? I guess I'll put you with these. Yeah, why not? So can I label this? Oh, I can. I can do a closer inspection too. What did I make? Oh god. This one. Baylox Elixir. Okay. I'm ready to open. George! Good morning. My old man reckons there's a plant what can find pots of gold buried underground. Don't know what it's called, but I bet you do. Tell you what, when I'm rich, I'll throw a share of the gold your way. Weeping Bell. There it is. A plant that is believed by many to lead to gold. You'll have about as much luck searching for the end of a rainbow. The soft-frilled leaves can soothe insect bites and stings. It's also known as golden light and sometimes fool's hope. Very apt. We've seen those leaves, yeah. There it is. Soft leaves. Nice. The kitty's so funny. Hey, Amos, how you doing? I'm heading out on the road again. Oh, but before I leave, I wanted to store some valuables in a safe. I don't trust myself to remember the combination, and I certainly don't trust myself to write it down anywhere and not lose it. This is where you come in. Surely you've got something up your sleeve for me. Oh. Cool. Nice. Oh, and we keep it too. Nice. Kitty likes it. Alice. I've run out of... Oh, I can't remember the name. It's a sweet-smelling plant with small purple flowers. Maybe? Sweet purple. Alluring smell. Maybe this one? Do we have this one? Oh yeah, Solomon's Scepter. Let me see. This was the really scary one, wasn't it? Yeah, Hell's Gate. Used in witchcraft and other satanic practices. Alice, do you have something you want to tell us? Or it could be the Verisunt. Witch's Remedy. Believed to lift curses. But I don't know if I would call these flowers small, actually. These are small. It said sweet in the book. Oh. Reasons, huh? I wonder what reasons. Hey, Simone! Got anything for me? Oh, goodness hellebore. You haven't been getting enough food? That's terrible. What with the cat? Whatever will become of you? My mother has had me looking into this servant creature for you, but I'm afraid I've not been getting anywhere. It's strange. I'm sure I've seen some reference to it, but I'm drawing a blank when I try to find anything. I think Lord Fremont's archives would be a good place to look. I was going to post this to you, but I was in town anyway. I thought I'd drop it off in person. Sneak in some kitty hugs. I've not been getting anywhere looking through my collections in Ambleside for any mention of the servant. Lord Fremont's archives at Muncaster are home to many ancient and esoteric scrolls. Okay. Muncaster. Muncaster Castle? Probably. Lord Fremont. Must be. I follow Fremont's manservante Deep into the vaults of the castle. 2 hours later, I have still found no mention of the servant. On the verge of giving up, a name grabs my attention. The Woken Dendru. Didn't Verona say that was another name for the servant? I think so. The Woken Dendru is loyal to the summoner, who becomes its master and can bend its terrible power to their will. This servant is assumed to be immortal since it has no known vulnerabilities, but that does not mean that it cannot be defeated. Many hundreds of years ago, a site of ritual importance was created near Black Combe, to the south of the Watcher, the Great Oak. And the Dendru was ousted from this world. Unfortunately, although we know that 5 plants were required for the ritual, 5 plants. The specific plants are not known. They're known to us! But I can't go right now. I guess it'll have to wait. Hey, John. Norwood, please. I find it's the only thing that can keep me from nodding off on the night shift. I guess they didn't really have much coffee back in the day. Actually, they did have coffee back in the day, didn't they? Isn't coffee like a really old thing? A bite of the crunchy root of this plant has the effect of a cold bucket of water thrown over the face, an unpleasant sensation accompanied by sharp focus. It is claimed that Norwood releases spores that are invisible to the naked eye, showing up only under unnatural light. Oh, you guys can't see it. Wait. These. Nothing? Spores. What does it say? Purple flowers, long leaves. I can see that. Norwood. Oh, Nor. There. Okay, we're done for the day. But it did say south of the oak, right? There's the oak. Okay, so the oak is here. To the south of the Watcher, the Great Oak. So here? A small stone shrine sits off to one side of the clearing. 5 grooves run out from the center of the stone, widening into recesses at the base. 5 slots for 5 plants. This is the right place, but I'm too early. I need Verona Green's help to perform the ritual. My curiosity got the better of me. Gotta clean up for the day. Clean desk.
Clean desk is a clear mind.
I say, as my desk is like so much shit on it. The first letter of the Latin name of a plant known as golden light, the number of petals on a lucky caballia flower. When her chance finally came, she did not hesitate even for a moment. Afterwards, when the Arda was dead, she felt only elation. Years after she had first laid eyes on the book, she had what she needed. So she's the one who killed the Arda. The one we're reading about. Okay, we need our book for this riddle. First letter of the Latin name of a plant known as golden light. I think the Caballia was the one where it was always 6, and if you're lucky, 7. Oh, Caballia. Yeah, 6. I remembered. That one I got. So 6 and something golden light. Weeping Bell? Oh, that's way in the back, isn't it? Golden light, yeah. The first letter of the Latin, lamentum. So L. L6. Oh, L6. Oh. L7. Oh, the lucky flower. Ah, I was off by 1. Dang it. My bad.
Bethany, what's up?
It came for us. We were attacked in the night by the servant. In all my time in the forest, I've never experienced anything like what happened last night. The forest came alive and drove the beast back. Ardrina saved us. It's the only explanation that makes any sense. Oh, because we gave the flower offering. One thing is clear. We cannot do this alone, and we must not allow the servant to get its hand on whatever it's looking for. I'm trusting you with this. A secret that the sisterhood has kept for hundreds of years. A tool to defeat the Woken Dendru. Keep it safe. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Use it wisely. Oh. Okay. Wait a minute. We have a plant that opens any lock. It was one of the early entries of the book. This one. Clavilium. Clavilium can be used to open any lock, no matter how complex. Follow the Dudden tributary to its source. First is the corpse's friend, a reminder. Then comes the ankle grabber, the binder. Third is the fearbringer. Fourth, to lift a curse. Last, a pedal to secure black blood's reverse. Ah, so this is the flowers we need. Okay. Okay, first off we should do... Was it the L7? Okay. I amble through meadowland, stopping every so often to examine any wildflowers. Buttercups, daisies, cowslips, red clover, knapweed, cat's ear. Something new hidden among them. Ah. Isn't that like the one for cats? Okay, you go with your yellow friends. And you go here. Yes. Okay, now we have to wait a little bit. So might as well help. Oh, hey David. They're saying the sisterhood has been attacked. Don't know much more than that, but those seeds of redemptionists have gotten all excited about it. There's a bunch of them chanting outside Pulliver's right now. Foxfield Trident. Okay. Well, let's do the other one first. Right? The Dudden tributary to its source. The River Dudden. Should we go here? What does tributary mean? A river or stream flowing into a larger river or lake. So it's this one. I've never seen this plant before, and here it is growing in abundance. Ooh, so pretty. You go with these. Yes. Perfect. And then we have another one for a little bit later. Geography gang. I am going to Blackcomb. I will kill this servant. Really? My people are saying, he who lives without fear does not live at all. I will not say that I am not afraid, but it would be no bad thing to die hunting for such a noble adversary. Dude, that just sounds dumb to me. You're gonna go there unprepared. I will take Ember Soul. Oh, we have that. Oh. Okay. Where did we put Ember Soul? Which one is that? Sharp leaves? Yeah. This one? Yeah. Dude's gonna end up dead. But hey, I helped the customer and I can travel. Foxfield Trident. Foxfield? Trident. From Foxfield, the trident points me in the direction of some foothills northwest of the Swinside Stone Circle. A faint path leads me over a ridge and into a dell. Here a plant thrives, sheltered from the wind. Ooh, a pretty one. You go on the top shelf. Let's put you here. Nice. Cute kitty. Milton, allow me to present my services. I own a small shop that specializes in curiosities. I would have thought that someone in your position ought to be interested in perusing our collection of manuscripts on elixirs. Ooh. Okay. Arnside Antiquities. Arnside? There's Ambleside. Arnside. The dark exterior of Arnside Antiquities blends into its surroundings. A tailor called Jones and an ugly-looking haberdashery, to the extent that I walk past it 3 times before I find it. Inside, however, I am greeted by a world of intrigue and wonder. Old trinkets sit alongside faded books and manuscript, while strange utensils and machines, their uses unfathomable, occupy rows of display cases. It is some time before I peel myself away, returning to Undermere with 2 new recipes for elixirs that demand further studies. Ooh, elixir time! Let's go! The Elixir of the Damned. Made from a combination of Arbutum alacritas, maculosus retinentia, and mens fortis. That one we know. Powerful elixir is dangerous and extreme caution is advised. Said to bring a person back from the brink of death, but at the expense of their soul. Those who have... expense of your soul? But those who have drunk it appear vacant and lost, alive but no longer really with us. Ooh, would you really want to make that? I mean, why not? I don't see why not. Okay, it's 3 different things. Arbutum alacritas. So that is the Latin name for it, right? Arbutum. Oh, here. Caballia. Maculosus retentia. Did we see it yet? Oh. Mens fortis. Dranthium. Maculosus retentia. The henchuck. We haven't had that one yet. The fruit of the henchuck can have startling effects on memory. Even a small dose can result in short-term memory loss, but in larger amounts it has been known to cause severe amnesia. The tuberous bulb has an unusual structure, growing in bursts that give it a striped appearance when cut open. When the outer layer hardens and turns blue-green, it is ready to harvest. Blue-green. Maybe it's this one. The bulb is quite firm. Bulb. Outer layer hardens and turns blue-green. It might be this, right? I'm gonna go for it. Yeah! Okay, let's take it this way. First off, we need to categorize the henchuck. That was this one, right? Henchuck. Where did I... oh god, where was it? I think it was like that. Okay, that's one, and then we made the Elixir of the Damned. Cool. That's one. Then we have St. Quentin's Elixir. This elixir will enable any drinker of it to overcome their sense of fear, though it should be considered beforehand that fear is not always a bad thing. Yeah. For example, it would not be wise to drink this near the edge of a cliff. 5-pointed leaf to grant courage, red flower to protect the mind, a seed pod for luck. Ooh, this is a tricky one. 5-pointed leaf for courage. 6. There is probably a plant in here that gives courage. Wait. We had someone who wanted something for courage, didn't we? Oh yeah. Will grant courage. Can be brewed from the leaves. That's a very distinct leaf. I think it's that one. Has to be. Daisy Dock. 5-pointed leaf to grant courage. Red flower to protect the mind. Candlewood. Provide a shielding effect. Protect against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Oh yeah, that one's better. Red flower to protect the mind. Candlewood. Red flower. Long, thin stems grow among tall leaves. Is it this one? Yeah, it has to be. And then a seed pod for luck. I don't think we've had seed pods. Come here, Beep. Oh, good fortune. Found it. Sheep snap. That's a seed pod. There it is. The green seed pods of the sheep snap have a hard outer shell and sound hollow when tapped. To the south, they call this plant bulbs of Bayonne. That's it. That's the one we need, but I don't think we have something like that. We definitely haven't labeled it. Come here. Come on in. There he is. Yeah. Is there a town called Bayonne on the map? Bayonne. You happy, Beep? Yeah. I don't see it. I think maybe we just can't know this yet. It might come to us later. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. We could label these. I think we're pretty sure of that's what these are. What did we say? Daisy Dock? Let me actually open this. Yeah, this is definitely Daisy Dock. Where did he go? Oh, okay. And then this one we said was Candlewood. Yeah, has to be. Oh. Okay. Save that for later, at least. Hubby, you already had enough? Okay. Endmore Raven Spider. Equipped with the artist's knowledge, she journeyed west to the Stone Circle. Unknown to her, she was not alone as she made preparations. Endmore Raven Spider. Only 3 days left, right? And more. Raven and spider. So is it maybe like in between them? Nope. Maybe both of them? Go to the raven and then to the spider. Oh, could be. Yeah. Grace. Have you heard of this masked woman? Imagine having that amount of power. Nations would kneel before you. You would be a god. That creature, it's huge, unstoppable, but they say it obeys her every command. Baby's on the couch. See those ears pricking out there? Such a tiny couch, such a big couch. It would certainly come in helpful with my father-in-law tomorrow. I guess I'll have to settle for some daisy duck to get me through instead. Daisy duck. Oh, that's the one we labeled. Nice. And now it's been confirmed. Cool. Hey, David. This letter was delivered in an unusual way. There was no address provided, just the horticulturist spelled wrong. I have to assume it was meant for you. If you know your plants, this letter is for you. Ho ho! Still scary. So you got it working. Oh, yes, it works, it works. Look to the north of Bowfell, at the source of the river Esk. Nobody knows it grows there. It will be our little secret. Ho ho. North of Bowfell, at the source of the river Esk. Uh-huh. Sure enough, I find a plant here that I've never seen before. Ooh, cute yellow one. Hey there. Cool. Done. Okay, we can't travel again. I forgot about my hint. Thora. My husband likes to forage for mushrooms, but I'm worried about the ones he's brought back from his latest ventures. Mushrooms, you say? He's just been on a trip across the lake exploring the woods to the west of here. He got a bag full of odd-looking mushrooms that he says are perfectly safe, but they don't look edible to me. I'd have brought one with me to help identify it, but he's hoarding them because he thinks I'm going to throw them out. I'll come back tomorrow. Okay. Let's try the other one first. So, Endmore, Raven, Spider. Do you think it's there? Yeah, you guys are right. A jackdaw croaks, hidden somewhere nearby. Strange shapes of old stone pierces the long grass. Among them, some plants grow. Oh, this might be what we needed. Okay, green boy, you go here. Very green. And you, my lovely, go there. Though the baubles look soft, they are in fact quite hard. Green seed pods. Hard outer shell. Has to be it. Has to be it, right? Hee hee hee! We totally did it! Saint Quentin Elixir. What color is it? Green? Oh, yellow it is. Okay. Awesome. That also means that this needs to be labeled sheep snap. Cool. Dunzo. Oh, and hold on. There we go. We can travel. Mushrooms, woods west of Undermere. Across the lake. Mushrooms, however, I've never been here before. They're hard to find at first, but soon I'm seeing them everywhere. Oh, they're cute! There you go. Awesome. We're doing well. Simone. Lord Fremont told me he was able to help you find some information on this servant. I've been looking all over the library, but all I've discovered is a mold problem. I hope you might have some sweet breath that could help clear it up. Palians. Sweet breath? Most plants offer a small improvement to air quality, but the Palians is in a class of its own. It is sometimes called sweet breath thanks to the freshness of air in its vicinity. The many short leaves of this plant are thought to help filter toxins from the surrounding air. So it's like a bunch of tiny leaves close together. Maybe this one. Pleasant fresh aroma. Hee hee. Ta-da! Palians. Awesome. Also, yeah, I guess you're in the right category. Yeah. Lorena. Is that a new person? My cousin will be married in 3 days. If you've got some thimble huff, then it would save me the trouble of going out to find some myself. If you knew my cousin, you'd know she's not worth the trouble. Trimble huff. Ooh. Trimble huff is traditionally used as decoration at weddings, as it is thought to strengthen relationships. Cross-section of the small cup-like flowers, they generally point downward to avoid filling with water and to allow easy access for pollinating insects. We've had some flowers that are like pointing down, yeah. But where did you go? Where did you go, my sweetings? Maybe this one? Heart-shaped leaves. Small cup-like flowers. Yeah. Right? No. Okay. First attempt down. Maybe this one? Damp smell, though. Dark red. I don't know about that one. Maybe this one. They're not all exactly down, but generally point down. Yeah, let's try it. There weren't many options. Glowhorn. Trimble huff. Cool. Awesome. Was there any traveling we still needed to do? Cats had to water the plants. Can you? I didn't even know you could do that. The will to explore goes up when you do it. Oh. Interesting. Okay, I'll just put it here. I didn't know that. "8 miles to the east." That's the oak. The shepherd watched as she prepared the leaves and roots that she would require. He watched as the hours dragged by, the sun set, and she worked by candlelight, at times sitting still, at times moving like a dancer among the stones. The change happened suddenly, but also subtly, so that at first the watcher was not sure that anything happened. Then he saw it. Day 14. 8 miles to the east of the oak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why did I come here? I don't know. I thought that was where the oak was. Maybe not. That was where the oak was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess that wasn't it. Yeah. Oh, maybe it's in Gosforth? Maybe that's a place. Oh, it is. So it's 8 miles from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So north of Ilgil, I think. Let's try here. Gazing at the still water of the lake, its black waters draw me into a reflective trance. Here and there, flowers that I don't recognize grow along the bank. Nice. Okay, where do these babies go? Yeah, you guys go together. And this one. You definitely go somewhere here. Yeah. Thistle. Good morning, kitty. Good morning, Thor. He went and ate those bloody mushrooms. Of course, now he's sick. Is there anything we can do? He's in a bad way and I'm worried about him. Okay, let's look them up. It was these, right? Red caps have a spongy texture. Devil's night trap? There's a plant? No. Coldery? No. Dead man's fingers. Ooh. This fungus is typically found in dense forests, protruding through the mulch. At a glance, it can appear as though a corpse is reaching up from the undergrowth. I don't think that's it. Farmer's worry. Spongy mushroom with potent abilities, only safe to consume in small quantities. Grants great strength for short periods at the expense of severe fatigue on the effect when the effect has worry. Now he's sick. It could be these. Yeah, spongy. What do we give him for farmer's worry? I was hoping that it would say, like, severe fatigue. So maybe we should give him Fever Kiss, because it gives him an energy boost. Antidote in the notes. Oh, yeah. So it's farmer's worry. This one. An antidote can be made using royal gentia. We have that one, don't we? I forgot we had that note with the antidotes. Okay, so this is farmer's worry. Okay, awesome. Well, not for the partner, but... I pet the kitty. Oh, he survives. I pet the kitty so the kitty doesn't get startled by the bell. I've been to Blackcomb. I fought the servants and lived, but still my adversary stands. It must be defeated. For my part, I am ashamed to say that I am done. My soul could use the tonic of St. Quentin's Elixir if I am ever to recover from the horrors I have seen. I got you, bro. Nice. Hey, David, got some mail? There is a hateful man I sometimes see around town. He is called Isidore Burbage. Oh, we know him. Yesterday I saw him bending down as though to pet a stray dog, but instead he punched it as hard as he could. What? I rushed over and the coward fled. Someday he'll get his comeuppance. What a fucking asshole. Sad Guild Chalice. What a horrible man. Sad Guild. Oh, there. Oh! I didn't mean to click. As I approached the small hamlet of Sadgill, the clouds thicken and the skies darken, echoing a sudden pensiveness that washed over me. A crow lands on the wall ahead, its beady black eyes fixed on me as if to warn me of an impending danger. Push on in search of strange plants, but find nothing. Hey, Ruben. I messed up. Verona tells me you're working on gathering the plants for a ritual that will help us defeat this creature. I want to help in any way I can. From what Verona told me, I think this might be one of the plants needed to perform the ritual, but I'm afraid I do not know where it can be found. Swift Snare. The binder. Molly! Hello. My daughter is getting married and I want to decorate the church with nice flowers. I believe there is a plant with small blue cup-like flowers that's supposed to bless their union. Didn't we just do that? Wasn't that the Tremble Huff? Decoration at weddings. Yeah. That's probably it, right? Yeah. Awesome. Okay, now we gotta retry the thing. Oh, the candle went out. I only now noticed it. I was behind the cam. There's a candle on the left. Nice. There we go. Okay, now don't click it. Chalice. The chalice clue takes me directly south of Sadgill to a spot next to the river. Moss-covered rocks line the banks, velvet to the touch. In the moist conditions, a deadly-looking plant grows abundantly in the lush grass. Hee hee. Ooh! Carnivorous. Let's put you there. Cool. Found it. Close up shop. We're done for the day. Other person's cousin and her daughter. Oh, right. Decay gives way to new growth, from death life. The cycle starts again, west of White Scar, by the river. Behind the woman, a dark skeletal figure began to rise, and a low primal snarl sounded across the clearing. The shepherd turned and ran, cold fear coursing through his veins. He did not run for long. Oh, day 15! We've learned so much in our 2 weeks at the shop. Okay. Let's see what this means. Decay gives way to new life. The cycle starts again west of White Scar by the river. White Scar Cave. Decay gives way to new growth. The cycle starts again west of the White Scar by the river. Should I try here? Yeah. Hey, that was it. The sun-bleached skull fixes me with its black-eyed gaze, a reminder from the chest of the skeleton a plant grows. Ooh, a pretty plant. You belong here. Do you fit on the shelf? Yes. Cool. Good morning, Katie. David, you got some mail for me? I've lived in Undermere all my life and I've never seen the people as worried as they are now. Everyone's talking about the sisterhood and the servant. Somebody needs to do something to stop that beast. I was speaking to a woman from Arnside who told me of a cave nearby that the locals stay away from. Apparently there is a strange plant that grows there, but the cave is believed to be haunted. Unfortunately, she was vague about where the cave was. Somewhere to the east was all she would say when I pressed her. Okay, let's see. Arnside. To the east. White Scar Cave? Must be. A thin crack runs down the rock face. I was zoomed in a little bit. Widening as it nears the ground. Just wide enough for a man to slip through, but there's a problem. A large boulder blocks the entrance. Too heavy to move. Farmer's Worry? For that? This one. Nice. I am surprised at how easily I remembered. I am able to roll away the boulder with the help of Farmer's Worry. Oh, right. If you eat a little bit, it's fine. As my eyes adjust to the darkness, I discover several clusters of fungi growing there, reaching out desperately to the thin strip of light provided by the crack. Woohoo! And they're in the right spot. Great. We got him. Faye Swift. Why can't I remember? There was something important. I know there was, but there is only darkness now. Sour Bandy. I don't think we've done that one yet. Sour Bandy can help with memory recovery. The name of this plant derives from the fact that, although edible, the large stamen is extremely bitter to the taste. Looks weird. Maybe it's the tip of this thing? Oh yeah, that looks like it. The leaves feel smooth and soft. The large stem. Oh yeah, that's the word. Yeah, has to be this one. It happened in a dream. Oh, it's coming back. The woman in the jade mask was screaming at me to get out. Instead, I went deeper. I entered the mind of the creature. It was like slipping into a dark pool. Icy cold with who knows what terrors lurking beneath the surface. I felt powerful. Then suddenly, something happened. She tore me out and my mind went dark. I've not been myself lately. Okay. I love that that's the thing. Okay, to close it off. This one. Sour Bandy. Okay. Anything? No. I think we just have to keep going. Alden Gregory. My wife of 30 years is dying. That's the truth of it, as painful as it is to say out loud. Jeez, dude. The doctors say there's nothing they can do, but I cannot sit by and wait for that to happen. A man at the hospice let slip about a plant-based elixir. I don't think he meant for me to hear it, but I did. Oh no. Dude, you don't want it! I understand the risks, but any price is worth paying if it means she doesn't have to die. Dude, you don't want it. It's called Elixir of the Damned for a reason. Ugh. She's not gonna be your wife anymore. Well, that's dark. Althea O'Shea. She's new. What a delightful shop you have. I'm only in town for a brief visit, but I heard I might be able to get hold of some liverstone here. Well, I'll see what I can do. Caution is advised when handling this plant. Strong paralysis agent contained within. Liverstone is a mushroom with pointed caps. My fingertips feel slightly numb. Must be this one then. Cool. Gotta mark it. Liverstone. We're so good at this now. Oh, there she is! Unknown. I can't control it anymore. This has all gone too far. I never meant for it to turn on my sisters. It's too strong. I'm trying to hold it back, but it wants to kill. That's all it wants. Death and more death. You have to help me. Ooh! Let's see. Oh, Dead Man's Fingers. We've looked at that. Fungus is typically found in dense forest. Set to strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind. Or we go for Widow's Woe. Set to induce fear. Unpleasant scent. Dainty dark flowers. Oh, what should we do? Fear or resolve? Well, if we give her fear, then she just runs for it, right? Shouldn't we give her resolve? Yeah. So... Oh, That Man's Fingers? Must be this one. Like a hand, yeah. It said a healthy dose of fear can be good, yeah. I think resolve, though. Strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind. I mean, it seems like she's coming to us for help. We'll try it. Let's hope we did the right thing. We don't know. Hollis. There's been talk over the last few nights down the Royal Oak of a servant creature going around slaughtering people. Yes? I used to enjoy walking in the hills, but I daren't leave my house now. Decided to bring nature to me in the meantime. The glow of a few pixie lamps would surely warm my heart. Glowhorn. Forest lantern or pixie lamp is for... Oh, phosphorescent. Ah, finally. Faint light will lure them to their demise. It has to be this one. We've had this one for so long. The glowhorn. Finally, it has a name. Let's see it. To the east of the castle, across the river and through the mountain pass, it grows at the edge of the wood. She finally had the power she had craved all these years, a servant to do as she willed, but that power came at a cost. The servant was awoken and it would not be contained. It was the Dendru, the dread. It was death. I think we're okay to help her out. She seems like now she realizes what she's done. She's trying to fix things. I hope. I hope. East of a castle, across a river. Okay, we have a castle here, but no river. This says a castle right by a river, through a mountain pass. There's tons of mountains here, but grows at the edge of a wood. Where are the other castles? There's this castle. Does this count as a river? Not really, right? There's no mountain pass either. There's this castle. Across the river, through the mountain pass, the edge of the woods. Maybe? This one here? That's the only one that has like a straight line of stuff. Yeah. The trees sway effortlessly in the cool breeze. The low hum of crickets chirping rides the wind. Sense of calm washes over me and I'm rewarded with a new find. Ooh. You, my friend, can go here. Okay. Good morning, kitty. Ah, Verona! You're still alive, I see. That's great. It's time. The servant is on the move. Time to act. Meet me at the ritual site. I hope for all our sakes that you've been able to track down the plants we need. I hope so. Let's have a look. Epic music. Okay. Oh god, so now we just need to know what we need. Oh, here. First is the corpse's friend. Okay. The corpse's friend. That man's fingers? No. Do we have... Did we... Maybe we should set out to label the plants that we haven't labeled yet. See if we can complete our book. It moves fast for a plant. This must be... oh god. Swift snare. That's what I was thinking of. The binder ankle grabber. Once ensnared, it is impossible to extricate oneself without help. Small heart-shaped leaves. Must be this, right? Swift snare. I think, at least. Just scream really loudly if you don't agree with what I'm doing. Sharp thorns grow along the edges of the upper leaves. Umbrella. Long rounded leaves. Smells of strawberries. Nope. Oh, carnivorous tauren. Caught and slowly eaten alive by a large specimen of the tauren. Revered in the occult world, a cross-section of the tauren stem reveals pentagonal symmetry. Average. Ooh, pretty blue flowers line the stems of this sought-after plant. Which one is that? This one. I think. Henchuck we did. The Truthsayer. Sparsely petaled pale flower. Strong scent. This one's also still unmarked. The music is so nice. You've clicked on the corpse if you haven't noticed. I have not noticed, no. Oh, maybe. Oh, corpse's friend. Ah. Was that what the note said? Oh yeah, first is the corpse's friend. If ingested as a seed, it will cause a slow, agonizing death, and the plant will grow out of the body once deceased. That was this. Has a slow, light, pleasant scent, not dissimilar to pine needles. Has to be this. Does it matter how we put them on the... Wait. Yeah. Do you think it matters how we put them on the thing? Wait, I need to label it first. Devil's Nightcap. Okay. Then the second one, the ankle grabber. Okay. Then comes the fear bringer. We just looked at that. Oh god. For the lady, we had to pick between, was it Widow's Woe? Induce fear. Yeah, has to be this one. Unpleasant scent. Dainty dark flowers. A bed of long thin leaves. Dainty dark flowers. Quite beautiful, really. Deep blue. I don't think the thin leaves are in this one. This one, maybe. No, unpleasant scent. No, no, no. This is more like it. Oh, but it could also be this one. Damp smell. Somewhat unpleasant. Yeah. Yeah, I think we should go with this one. Widows. Whoa. Oh, whoa. Okay. Fourth, to lift a curse. Oh, yeah. Okay. Small leaves. There it is. Last, a petal to secure Black Blood's reverse. Oh, Black Blood's reverse. Oh god. Yes. We've done it. It was the antidote for... Oh god. So many words! It was the one that was... We've seen it. It was the antidote for... the Gilded Dendra. Right? Oh, Elderfinium. Yes. Okay. Which one was that? This one? Yes. So we have all the plants, but we haven't labeled all of them. Which kind of bothers me. Do you think we can still label them after this? There is post-game? Okay. Thank God. Well done. I will take it from here. I stand back and watch as Verona walks around the shrine, muttering soft incantations. It feels like a long time passes before she looks up, but in reality it was perhaps only 10 minutes. Nothing's happening. What do you mean nothing's happening? Have we got the right plants? I think so. Perhaps we just need to be patient. A loud noise behind us makes us all jump. Turning round, I see something that makes my blood run cold. The woman in the jade mask is walking calmly and slowly towards us from the other side of the clearing. Behind her, standing tall and terrifying, is the black silhouette of the servant. What? It's so much bigger than I thought! What was that about being patient? I think we're out of time. Do not be afraid. I am here to surrender willingly. The servant cannot be allowed to... Ah! The creature lunges forward and brings a huge arm scything towards her. Her scream pierces the cold air and she drops to her knees, clutching her head. But the blow seems to glance off to one side as it comes hurtling down, and the beast's claw ends up embedded in the dirt instead of the woman's back. I can't hold it back much longer. You need this. She throws a small vial of red liquid, which Reuben deftly catches and holds up to the light. Blood. Quickly, I know what to do. Verona grabs the vial and fumbles to get the stopper out as she turns back to the shrine. Servant has its huge arm free again and is slowly advancing with strange jerking movements. Verona pours the blood into a small cavity in the shrine and everything seems to happen at once. A pillar of bright white light launches out of the shrine towards the servant and hits it in the chest. The huge beast shrieks and staggers backwards, drowning out the screams of the woman in the jade mask who is clutching her head and writhing in agony on the ground. There is an almighty thunderclap and a blinding flash of light, and suddenly the servant is gone. A patch of charred ground smolders where it stood just moments before. My head is spinning at what just happened. Did it work? Have we defeated the servant? That was awesome! Friday! With the dust settled and the servant vanquished, I have been able to reflect on the events of the last few weeks. We were fortunate that Thea was able to stay in control of the beast for as long as she did. The resolve! Who can say what would have happened if she was unable to prevent it causing the destruction it craved? Undamir has never felt so jubilant, so full of life. All the nervous tension that had built up evaporated in an instant, and the people have plowed their energies into celebration and merriment. They do not know the whole truth, of course, and Thea, the woman in the jade mask, was the one who summoned the servant. I promised Reuben that I would leave it to him to unravel that mess. She is his daughter, after all. Oh, okay. And as for myself, well, I'm back in the calm of strange horticulture, and of course, with Hellebore for company. It's quieter around here, but I am content, and there are always more plants to learn about and discover. Yay! It is done. The servant can go back to being a dark story for dusty shelves. The end. We got ending 2. Huh. Wow. So she was the investigator's daughter this whole time. I didn't even realize. I think Verona is my favorite character. Yeah, that was great. There was so much more story in it than I thought we would get. Earlier. 59 out of 77. Have you ever heard of the monastery of the Black Veil? I think it would interest you. I learned of it from a man from Ravenglass. If you're ever in that part of the world, you should ask him about it. He owns the Horseshoe Inn on Main Street. Oh, okay. So triangle is a mountain. Circle is a town. And then X is marks the spot. Here. It's these two, this and this. So that means here. The sun is low in the sky. I'm tired after a long day. I've earned this reward. Hey, more plants! One can never have too many plants. What a great game. It was really, really fun. Okay, this one's for later, I think. So how do we go about identifying the plants? So it's just by helping customers or traveling? The Monastery of the Black Veil. Ravenglass. I am met by a man with a thick black beard, kind eyes, who is delighted to have found a willing ear to listen to his stories. You won't find the Monastery of the Black Veil marked on any map. They don't want to be found. The monastery was on the edge of a wood. I remember that much. We must have been heading west because I could feel the sun on my face and it was evening. We crossed 2 rivers, then we followed a river for a while. I could hear it to my left as we traveled. They left me here in Ravenglass and I've stayed ever since. As I turn to leave, he adds, "Here, if you're serious about going, you'd better have this." Huh. No seed will grow that does not wither. No water will languish upon the river. No man will last forever heal. We all will wear the blackened veil. Leaf of the Storian, dark flower of the tomb, stench of the twilight. They don't want to be found. The monastery was on the edge of a wood. We must have been heading west because I could feel the sun on my face. And it was evening. Okay. This is the note from what he was just telling. Okay. So how do we get this? Because if I put a label on it, it doesn't count, right? You need to do the Black Veil thing first to get the last plants. Okay. Let's see. This one. Leaf of the Storian. Historian? There. Dark red fruits should not be ingested under any circumstances. Highly poisonous. Cross-section of the stem shows the distinctive triple xylem and phlegm of the historian. Oh, dark red fruits, right. So maybe it is this one. Could be. Dark red fruits. Probably, right? Historian. Let's try it out. Then dark flower of the tomb. Maybe the tomb? Oh yeah, pronounced tomb. This flower is sometimes associated with death. Used as fragrance in soaps and candles. We haven't identified this one yet, have we? There's definitely a plant that we kept picking up that had a nice smell. That's about as much as I know. Paper says dark flower. Oh yeah. Maybe, no. Yeah, maybe this. Sweet rhubarb. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's try that. And then the stench of twilight. All I can think of is the movie. Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. The smell is quite foul. I think. Twilight Lepiota. Let's give it a shot. Yay! Did it! Elixir of the Black Veil. Put it with the rest. Okay, so we did that. So the monastery was on the edge of the wood. Must have been heading west because I could feel the sun on my face and it was evening. We crossed 2 rivers, followed a river for a while. They left me in Ravenglass. So they left him here. I could hear it to my left, so they followed along this river. We crossed 2. But does he mean they followed the second one for a while? They crossed 2 and then followed a river for a while. But is this one a 3rd river? It could be like here. 2 rivers and then follow it to Ravenglass? Yeah. 3 figures, their faces hidden behind black coverings, come out to meet me. The figure on the left speaks first. The monks of the Black Veil know of the horticulturist. Then the one in the center of the group adds, they will share their knowledge if they receive the payment. Final member of the trio stays silent. The 3rd member of the trio accepts the elixir and together they disappear into the monastery. Sometime later they return with a stack of parchment. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. Wow. Information. Okay. So, now that we have new pages for our book, we have Bella Nox. Yes. The moonlight flower, dark, mysterious, and beautiful, has enchanted people for centuries. Oh, I know which one that is. This one. Has to be. Yes. Okay. let's label that baby. Bella Nox. Cool. Spring wax cap. A mushroom. Edible mushroom with some mild medicinal properties. Dried and eaten, it can help relieve pain. Well, let's take a look at our mushrooms. This one looks like it. Yeah, wax cap. Waxy reddish cap. I wouldn't know what else it could be. Hee hee. Okay. Spring wax cap. Okay. Then average. Oh, this is so satisfying. Ah, that one. Yes. We've had it. Oh God. Where is it? Weren't we looking at this one for a while? Yeah. We had it labeled and everything. Fool's Midnight. Used by some as an aphrodisiac, though the potent sulfuric aroma is enough to put off most. Dark mushroom has a fleshy underbelly, said to have a unique sharp taste to those brave enough to try it. It looks like it has like little things on it. Smells rotten. Yeah, sulfuric aroma. It must be. Nice. Fool's Midnight. Awesome. Demo. Ah, we've seen those. Oh, the thistle. Yeah. Hey, here you are. That's how I said. It was a thistle. Cool. Lesser Meridoc. Nope. The round flower head of the Meridoc is made up of smaller yellow florets. Okay, yellow. This one maybe. Yeah. Looks about right. Oh. Nice. We have to label everything. Lesser Meridoc. Okay, umbrella smells of strawberries. We've been looking at that one. Yeah. Powerful balm against diseases of the heart. Long rounded leaves and a flower that smells of strawberries. Strawberry. That's probably it. Umbrella.
Under my umbrella.
Wait, which color was it? Oh God. Okay. Umbrella. There we go. Evulum. What is that? Scent it produces is considered overpowering by some, but it is said to stimulate the senses and rejuvenate aching bones. Many short, pretty leaves. Okay, let's have a look. Huh. You. Yeah, must be. We're running low on unidentified plants, so... There we go. Perfect. Penny bell.
I smell pennies.
The leaves of the penny bell are chewed by some of their chewed by some of their hallucinogenic properties. However, it is highly addictive. This one, probably. Yeah. Penny bill. The birdum. Birdum. Thick birdum leaves make it a tasty addition to soups and stews. Superstitious folk won't allow birdum into their homes that it is believed to bring bad luck. You. I knew it. Another herbal remedy for sore throats. Oh, let's have a look, huh? Sore throats. I know all about it. Hibiscus. The hibiscus flower is crushed into a paste to cure coughs and sore throats. Author can attest that the supposed cure does not work. This one, maybe? The leaves look a bit more accurate. Yeah. Okay. Hibiscus. Cool. Neptune. Also called truthsayer, the plant will force a person to tell the truth. Sparsely petaled pale flower gives off a strong scent. Okay, this shelf is done. I think this shelf is done. It's this one. It has to be this one. This little prickly thing. Yeah. You are, how do you say that? Lil? Neptune. I don't know how to say that. Okay. Oh, the carnivorous. Well, it has to be then this plant, don't you think? Yeah, it has to be. That's the only that looks like a carnivorous one. Cool. Oh, we're close. 2 left. Caldery. Not well known. Dark magic. Oh yeah, this one was for the Huntress Arduina. So probably this one. That's a pretty one. Caldery. Last one. Last one is the Prittle. Where are you? Has to be this one then. Yeah! Achievement unlocked. Experienced horticulturist. Oh wait, I gotta label it. The Prittle. Everything has been identified. Book closed. Well, that seems to be all of them. You know, I think you've earned the right to call yourself an experienced horticulturist. Do we have all the characters? I guess so. That was awesome. Bye, kitty. I guess I can put my things away, close my drawer, and end the day. Yay! We did it! Ta-da! Ah, what a nice surprise this game was. Amazing. I'm so glad we just were like, you know what? We're having fun. We're just gonna keep going. That was amazing. What a fun stream. That was really, really, really good. So many people were asking me about it too when it came out, and I was just like, I don't know. It just looks like it's just that one screen. I was like, how much story are they gonna tell? And then it was so satisfying that I couldn't put it down. That was really fun.